Welcome to the Intelligent Idea Pocket Podcast.
Did you say you made that on your phone?
Close enough.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back once again to the Intelligent Idea Talkers Podcast.
The Redux.
Episode some
9,422.
We're back once again. It's your host, D.
Juice. And returning special guest,
Frank. He's not even a guest no more, man. It's Frizzank, man.
Frizzank.
Well,
Frizzank.
I mean, the last time I was here was about 4 or 5 years ago when Black Panther was a thing.
Damn.
Remember that movie?
That's crazy.
That is.
That's when bless Chadwick Boseman. You know, bless his heart, man. God.
I don't know.
You think Black Panther 2 is gonna be any good? I see. That's gonna tie to tomorrow.
We're gonna talk about it.
Off.
We're gonna talk about it.
Okay. I know.
Sorry.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, so I'm glad to be back once again. My man Juice, cheers.
Yep.
Frank, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Haven't been back in some months. There we go once again, fellas. What we starting off with?
Good to be back. Over the weekend, we had a little cookout here, and we got into a little discussion about Dragon Ball Z. And
Super Broly.
Yeah, the Super Broly movie. And I hadn't seen it at that point. And I had it in my playlist for like about a year or so. It was on sale like a Black Friday, like a while ago. And I copped it. It was like, sure. Got it on Amazon. I just never got around to watching it, man. After the conversation, I was like, okay, we should talk about this on podcast. I haven't seen it. So I went ahead and I watched it. So now we're going to talk about, our reactions and whatnot.
So, my bad, Frank. So real quick, Juice, fresh off your reaction, haven't watched it, give it a grade right now at the beginning before we start.
A grade.
A letter grade.
Wait, so is this I'm going to gauge this based off of all anime movies I've seen.
Okay. I mean,
all anime movies I've seen.
Well, what about like? But I mean, like that's tough.
Or should I keep it within Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you start talking about Shampoo and Chorus.
Because Dragon Ball has plenty of movies that you can compare it to, but at the same time, like this is also canon now. Like elements of this movie are canon now, right? To the series.
It is canon.
Okay, cool. That was actually one of my questions I was going to.
That was confirmed in Heroes. I'm sorry. I don't know. Spoilers for Heroes. But when they show Broly, I was like, that's confirmed. This is canon now. Like, Vegeta, Goku, and Broly are a thing now.
Okay. If I'm just ranging out of Dragon Ball Z movies,
like where does it fit? Like for you,
it's a cool 8. That's a cool 8.
8
out of 10.
Letter grade.
Out of 10.
What about letter grade?
A,
B,
B.
The B.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm solid B or like
a solid B.
Okay,
solid B. Yeah.
I'm tempted to go A+, but that would mean this will have to be one of the best movies I've ever seen. I was watching the other day, Chorus, man. You seen the anime?
Oh yeah.
Chorus?
Oh yeah.
I've seen the Crow.
Two movies.
Oh man.
I think you let me borrow it actually back when we were in school. I was watching that the other day.
Yeah.
And see, when you compare stuff like that to Dragon Ball Z, it's two different things. You start getting into, you're going up against Akira and all that, so it's hard to compare.
My top of the line anime movies are like Fatal Fury, the motion picture, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. I know it's like baby's first animated movie.
I know they don't line for line.
It's
back and forth. It's a classic,
Yeah.
So like those are like top of the line for me. So like that's hard to compare Dragon Ball Super, even though Dragon Ball is like one of the most popular animes of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's hard to compare. It's apples and oranges.
It's one of the most iconic animes of all time because everybody knows the name Goku. Like even if you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, you know Goku.
Yep.
Like you've heard that name before. You've seen memes and whatever jokes about it. But I say letter grade. I'm tempted to go A+. This was one of the best
A+
Dragon Ball.
Ballsy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. This is one of the best. Pluses to the Dragon Ball Z legacy, the Dragon Ball legacy that there is, man. This was better than. I won't say it was better than because all the other movies are classics. Remember movies like BoJack, The World's Finest, and all that. I mean, those are classic movies, right? But this movie is up there with those.
Which was the movie with Tapion, the music box? Do you remember which movie that was?
Remember movies with
that movie was really good too.
It was so many, right? It's hard to remember.
And it was like Trunks and Goten were like the stars of that movie.
I think that was in Super Broly. That was 3, Broly 3, when he came back as like a clone or something. They cloned him. And I think
maybe.
I think it was just Goten and Trunks. There's so
Yeah.
many Dragon Ball movies, like I mean, you talking about Cooler, Return of Cooler, and you know what I mean, like all these Janemba and all that when they go turn into
Janemba
Gogeta.
was a fun movie.
Yeah,
I did like that.
one. Yeah.
Right? So I was like, this movie was up there with all of those, man. It was
Yeah,
like
okay, yeah,
excellent
it was.
experience. It was dope. The last 45 minutes, like Frank said, all action.
It was action for a straight up hour.
Yeah,
Straight up like an hour.
It's weird though. Think about it. So
Fight.
remember in
Things just kept getting worse.
He kept getting stronger. And it's like, of course, Broly, right? Broly. There's no limit to this dude, man.
we were
But
talking about that before the cast, man. Like that's the Dragon Ball Z thing, right? Get stronger. The
It's a
new
Saiyan
enemy
thing.
comes, and then you get
It's the same
stronger.
thing,
Yeah,
you know, like they just adapt and
is
they
it
get
a Saiyan
stronger.
thing, or is like he like? I feel like
It's
in a way,
definitely an
Broly
anime thing.
is. It's definitely an anime. I feel like Broly is essentially a play on Goku, right? Like, is he like a? You know how One Punch Man is essentially a play on all anime.
All shonen
We're gonna
characters,
win
yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
right? And we might as well win off the beginning, right? So like, I feel like Broly is the answer to like Goku's. I'll just get stronger. Why?
right.
But I'm gonna get stronger. Why? It doesn't matter.
You know, you
I'm
have
gonna get
an
stronger.
interesting
that's
point because I think like that it could be like Broly. You could look at it as like Broly is like the personification of like Goku's fighting spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
just
right.
Unlimited, just untold amounts of like power potential and rage to get there. You know, because you have to be rageful to go Saiyan. And then after you learn how to do it, you just remember how to do it.
I love
And
the
yeah.
convenient rage. Like,
oh well, yeah,
Yeah, that's
but that's anime. That's anime.
It is,
hell,
right?
you
That's
know?
like-
It-
one.
it's specifically anime and specifically
convenient, right?
Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Like you get stronger, the next enemy that comes, you just get stronger. It's like you said, it's a Saiyan thing.
Yeah,
And like they never.
You
One
just
thing
keep
you're right, though,
elevating.
Juice. They never explain how Broly just gets so outside of saying he's a legendary Super Saiyan. He just powers up over Goku. Goku had to struggle for it. Like he had to go Super Saiyan 2 and then 3 and then ascend past that. I mean, so
like
with
who was his mother?
so GT doesn't count at all.
Because his
anymore.
dad was trash, right?
yeah.
And that was 4,000.
In this movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But who
yeah.
was his mom? Because
They don't say.
They don't even mention it, right?
No.
No, Broly's
Broly.
mom.
No, they don't.
They don't mention it.
Like, is he like some genetic experiment? Because you would imagine something like that's got to come out of a lab. Because even for Saiyans,
that's how he was. That's how it was in the original.
Yeah.
But like not this one. This one he was just. It was just like they had him on a planet. Like his father had him on the planet. His father just had him like fighting against these creatures on the hostile planet and left him there. And he just left him there to survive. So his dad wasn't shit. His dad wasn't shit. His dad was whack.
It's like you know, Goku had to struggle for it, and he was just living on the planet fighting monsters, training with his dad. How is he just getting so strong out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
because
Just
he was
blowing up
already
and,
strong.
right.
After a while too.
But I always thought that Goku, what made him so much stronger than everybody else was the fact that, like, yes, he was Saiyan, so he had that bloodlust, but he also he grew up amongst humanity, so he had empathy and he could feel, you know, love and, you know, it wasn't just warrior, you know, rage that fed his power. It was also his humanity, you know what I'm saying? And Broly had none of that, but he just kept getting stronger out of nowhere. So I kind of got to go off his origins early off the original movie because we never saw him did we see him as a baby in Broly? Super Broly?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we did because
No.
you saw him in the crib next to Goku in the original. And
Yeah.
so, you know.
Yeah, I still cannot forget like in the
No,
original.
we did see him as a baby in Super Bowl.
I think we did.
He was in the pod. Remember, Vegeta was in the main pod, and the king was like fawning over.
Oh, that's
him.
right. That's right.
And then
at the very beginning.
he blew up the scouting thing with one of
Right.
his
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
right. That's right.
tantrums or whatever.
The thing I can't get over from the original, and then we can definitely get back. But like when I forget who it was, it might have been his own dad, but like with Broly, just like took the sword and just like went right in there, and I was just like, what? I'm like, what kind of like this is wild?
He was a straight sociopath. Like I like this Broly better than that Broly.
Because this Broly has more range.
Yeah,
this Broly,
exactly.
He turns into the rage monster version of himself.
He's quiet still,
but he has range. He talks. He's quiet. He feels things.
Right.
You know, he
had an attachment to an animal. Like a monster animal.
Right. So he felt like some kind of love. But I'll say this much: I was more scared of the old Broly. You know, like the original Broly. Like he was more terrifying. Really, like. I mean, he was just unstoppable. I don't even know how that spirit bomb started. Did he shoot him with spirit bombs or Kamehameha in the original? I think I just watched that one too. Yeah. And I'm like, how the hell did you beat him with that? So they all gave you.
Kamehameha is the win
they all
button.
gave him his power, and then Goku shot a Kamehameha and blew him up. I'm like,
that's the win button though.
Yeah. I was more scared of the old Broly, but I like this Broly better. And I was gonna ask that, man. Which one did you guys like better, man?
Yeah, definitely this one, man. Like I like that he had, like you say, he had empathy. He had an emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell, like when they took his collar off, I was thinking. So remember they broke the remote, and I was like thinking, oh, old Broly.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill everybody in any minute.
This is about to happen.
He's crazy. He was just waiting. What have you done? Right?
Yeah, right.
It up. I was just waiting for like when he was eating food. And he was like, hold on. He was trying to open the water. I was like, oh, he's about to kill all y'all over the water.
He's about to blow up.
He's like, can't open it. Crazy.
Juice keeps stealing my thunder, man. I
Sorry.
was gonna ask y'all, how the hell did that electrical shock supposed to stop Broly anyway? You know what I mean? Even the original, like you got this little gauntlet that's supposed to like send a signal.
That was all.
Like, this dude is strong as shit. He can survive. I mean, multiple Kamehamehas to the face.
That was.
You gonna stop him with an electrical shock?
I just think that was straight up conditioning. That's all. It was just
it was
mental,
psychological,
psychological conditioning. It was just all mental.
He triggered,
you know,
untriggered.
He's like, oh, like he probably thought like, oh, something bad's really about to happen because this ain't shit. But like, you know, now like what's gonna follow?
I thought it was funny. He just zap and he's like zap. Like this dude could take out a planet. Dog. He could blow up a planet. Like you gonna zap him and it calms him down. I guess.
Broly.
Right.
Yeah, I just knew like at that point he was gonna murder everybody.
So,
but no, it took a while. Like it took a while. It wasn't like I didn't get why. I guess in a way his rage, right, or his what fight lust or whatever we call it, lust.
Yeah.
Like when he started fighting, he was just like, oh,
that's singing blood.
Right. He was just already in it. Let's go. Just keep going.
And his dad at the same time too was basically telling him like, go all out.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and he didn't want to disappoint. That's what I was gonna get to.
Right.
Like he did. You could tell. Like even when Goku stopped him with, that's when
Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God. I lost track too. So what is Super Saiyan Blue called?
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
So I know Instinct because of my son. So I gotta watch. I'm watching Super.
Dude, just right now, just call them by the colors.
Yeah.
Right. When he went red and paused him,
yeah,
right, and he was like, "You don't have to fight." He was like,
"Yes, I do.
I kind of do."
Goku stopped him without really trying. I mean, he had him, you know.
Yeah, that's Super Saiyan God's whole thing. It's all about like breathing and like submission.
Okay.
Versus like just hands,
physical,
you know.
And that's one thing I loved about this movie. The at the end fight, it wasn't about a blast or about like a Kamehameha or a spirit bomb. Gogeta took the fight to Broly, man. I mean, he's beating him down. That whole the music, the way he's zooming around the beams, just beating him down. He wasn't shooting.
Y'all saw that? Remember that? It was just like this, and then he's just like.
I was like, I had to rewind that, dog. I was like, did he just?
It was crazy. He wasn't doing the you know what I mean? It wasn't a whole bunch of blasts. He just beat him down. Was he gonna kill him? Because he shot a Kamehameha.
Yeah, that was the Kamehameha, man. That was the win button. That was the win button. If Chilai didn't wish Broly away with the Dragon Balls, that would have been it.
Maybe that was Vegeta's side because he did shoot a beam at Broly. And Goku was like, no, you know, you'll hit the, you know.
Like, what's his name? Gogeta?
Vegeta.
Vegeta is with the Potara earrings. Gogeta is with the natural fusion, the fusion dance.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah, it was cool, man. I mean,
and they also, in one fell swoop, they made Gogeta canon now in Dragon Ball. Because Gogeta's never canon in Dragon Ball. Vegeta was, but not Gogeta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then now that Gogeta goes blue, by far the most powerful fusion we have now, by far.
Because it was Vegeta before.
Vegeta was
because of the earring boost.
Yeah, the earrings. Like he was so powerful that he would actually spike and power down because his power level was too high. So he would actually like burn out, which is what I really enjoyed about Vegito, because Vegito was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go as far as I need to go in order to win. And he was all feet. All feet.
Man.
So hang on, Frank, let me ask you. So Janemba, Gogeta, when he turned to Gogeta in the movie, Janemba, I'm not sure what the name of that movie was, the Dragon Ball Z movie, but you've seen it, right? Like
I don't remember the name.
Candy pieces in the air or whatever. And so that's not canon, because you're right. I never hear about Janemba in the series.
Janemba's not canon. Janemba movie
Bojack
characters. No,
right.
movie characters not canon.
Even like, Cooler, you're right.
Broly wasn't canon.
Broly wasn't canon
until now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Broly
they made Broly and Gogeta canon with the Super movie.
Imagine Gogeta fusing with Broly. That'd be like,
I don't know if you can do fusion on top of.
You're right.
I think anybody fuse.
What if they fuse naturally with the dance and then fuse with the Pataras? You know, with the earrings.
Honestly, like there's so many like drawbacks to each method. I don't know like which one would even make more sense, because Gogeta, when Gogeta only has 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, fusion's over. Right. Patara earrings. There is
permanent, right?
No, Patara earrings isn't permanent. Patara earrings is like closer to an hour.
Oh, okay.
But Patara earrings have the drawback of too much power, so you can burn out pretty much any time with the earrings. So it's like, I don't even know which one would even make more sense, if you have like a fusion that's able to do with another fusion, or whatever, or fusion with another person or whatever. But yeah, anyway, in one fell swoop, Gogeta was never canon. Janemba, all movie characters, not canon.
You're right. I never see any of them in the series. I thought about it before, but I just assumed everything, because it seems like the movies happen in between the series. Like
it looks like it could, but like because of the movies, you can basically put them like in any spot.
GT is not canon at all. They basically wipe the slate with
at
GT.
all. Yeah, GT is nothing. GT doesn't.
I like Super Saiyan 4 though. I did like.
I love Super Saiyan 4. I love Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was dope with the red hair. It was just like, this is fire.
Right.
I loved it, but like, none of that was
Broly. They definitely scrubbed out all GT. I mean, Broly happens right after Majin Buu, right? Like, don't they have like a flashback in the beginning? And they're showing like,
I think so.
Right?
You talking about the original?
Or that superhero?
The original Broly.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, this Broly movie?
Yeah, this Broly movie.
No, this is after.
No, this isn't Super.
Yeah,
this is
after,
way
after
Z.
dimensional fights and all
what
that.
Was I watching? Okay, so there's an anime site my boy put me on too. So I've been watching like a bunch of Dragon Balls. I watched the Janemba movie recently. I watched Cooler. So I'm getting my movies mixed up.
The Janemba movie was really fun.
Yeah, they were all good.
That one was cool, man.
Yeah, they were all good.
he was essentially Boo, just like teleporting.
Leaner.
So I was. You know what movie it was? It was Dragon Ball Z Gods, Battle of the Gods. I watched that with Beerus.
Yeah, with Beerus. Yeah.
Actually, I never saw that. That was the one before this one, right?
I'm gonna give you this website.
No, Resurrection F was before this one.
Okay.
With Frieza coming back.
Okay, right. That's on there.
I saw Gold Frieza. I was confused about.
Yeah,
I haven't watched any of this stuff. So this is my first one. This is my first thing in Super at all I watched.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't watched any Super.
Super. I mean, we could talk about that another time, but like Super has really, really good arcs, but it also has really, really bad ones, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like Super has
Super
has Beerus, Frieza, Goku Black, and then the Universal Tournament. Goku Black arc to me is one of the best. It's one of the best ever.
Like evil Goku,
it's so good. I just hate the way they ended it. I'm not going to say how they ended it.
Yeah,
I hate the way they ended it. But everyone has a different opinion. They could think that it was fine. But I thought Goku Black as a villain, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. The concept behind how he exists, fantastic. Not going to say anything about that either.
Get me hyped up. The last villain in the series was Jiren. Did you say Jiren? Okay, yeah.
I mean, Jiren.
I've seen clips of him because my son.
Technically, but the thing is, generally, Jiren's a good guy.
Yeah.
Jiren is the hero of his universe.
Okay.
He's the hero of his universe. And it's a universe tournament arc. So all the different universes were fighting for control. We're fighting for the Dragon Balls.
My son told me that at the end of this, because he's watched them all, he's like, Goku is the god of Universe 6 or something? Is that a thing? You know what I'm talking about?
He's
Goku's
not a god of destruction.
Okay, he's a god of destruction. Did he ever
Vegeta has the potential to be a god of destruction.
Okay, I knew a spoiler, something like that.
Vegeta has the potential to be a god of destruction because Vegeta I shouldn't say.
I'm not gonna watch any. Like, I'm kind of interested in Goku Black, but yeah,
Goku Black is really good. The entire arc is really good, but to me, they just ended it on a weak note.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire Goku Black arc, like conceptually, fantastic stuff.
Yeah,
I loved it. Universe Tournament arc, fantastic. It has its highs and lows, but overall, really, really good. Conceptually,
I just need to find an abbreviated version. Because
Dragon Ball Super is definitely 160 episodes.
I know.
The Universe Tournament arc by itself is over 100 episodes. Yeah. So that's a lot.
Dude, I gotta get you this website, man. My boy put me on. I was watching Chorus this weekend and everything, man. But
so what did you think of the movie, though, man? Like highs and lows. Like, did you have
So I enjoyed it, man. Like, I think it was a good movie, man. Like, of course, I liked seeing all the interactions of Saiyans before the planet blew up. So I always loved that.
At the beginning, that was really good stuff. Yeah,
I like seeing all the scenes with Bardock. Bardock. Goku's dead. And we got to see his mom, so that was cool. So I like seeing all that prequel stuff.
The setup.
So I enjoyed that. That was super interesting to me. The fights were cool. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the fights were cool.
More than cool.
There was parts of it.
Heroes.
Again, my own issue is probably old fogey issues, man. And because I'm not caught up with all this stuff, but fucking going from red to
okay, so you're not caught. I think it's because you're
I saw yellow Super Saiyan. I was like, oh, then saw Vegeta go Super Saiyan. I was like, okay, you're going in early, but cool. So we're gonna do this for a while. No, then he went red, and I was like,
what is this?
And I knew blue existed. I knew
Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan
Blue. I
is
thought
the next
Super Saiyan God was above Blue.
No, Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So it's a Super Saiyan in Super Saiyan God form.
So does he skip over level 3 now? He never goes level 3 anymore.
No, level 3
in demonstration.
Actually, level 3, Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan 3 also not canon. Not canon.
Because he never goes level 3 super. You never see him.
He only goes 3 in movies.
I thought he did.
But he also didn't go 2, did he?
Is that in
Kefla?
Kefla. Is that in super?
Yeah, Kefla.
Okay, I'm gonna get there. I don't know episode 5 or 6.
They're in super.
Okay.
They're in super. Yeah.
Because I know he demonstrates 3 for them, doesn't he? Am I tripping on that?
No. All he does is he shows them how to go 2.
Right. Okay. I know he demonstrates something.
3 is not canon.
Okay, so you know what? Speaking of hypotheticals, right? So Goku starts fighting Broly, right? Broly flies down at Goku. Goku's in his base form. I know Goku's strong, but at that point, Broly was already leveled up. He was battling Super Saiyan. He was battling Vegeta.
I was leveled up.
Vegeta Blue, and Goku. Could Goku survive that? I'm like, he's getting punched around and all that. I'm like, Goku, you should have powered up from the beginning. Right?
Well, I mean, you
should have at least gone to 3.
But I mean, just try to remember how that fight, how those fights kind of started out with each character, with Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta, it was like Vegeta knew he's like, who is this guy? He's way beneath me. Let me just play around with him. So Vegeta was regular for a while. Then Broly starts catching up. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. And then Broly's catching up. She's like, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan Red. He catches up. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan Blue. He catches up and evens out. And so Vegeta's like, all right, Kakarot, you got this. And Goku's like, finally!
Goku just kind of butted in.
Goku's like, finally! It's like it's my turn.
He let his coat
so Goku was exactly the
same.
Goku was exactly the same though. He was just like, he's like, I want to see because Goku, as optimistic as he appears, he has a whole lot of hubris.
And
huge amount of hubris.
Saying,
he wants to test. He wants you at your best. But he wants to see how, if you can actually push him to be stronger, then he's gonna go for it. But for at that moment, he was like, I haven't fought him yet.
Always remember, what's happening. He gave Frieza a Senzu beam.
Yeah.
And sidebar,
dude, you need to watch Super. He does way worse things.
Right.
You need to watch Super, dude.
He resurrected Frieza.
Yes. Not only that,
Like,
but you know about
Can we talk about how much I hate Goku?
You know about the kid. I can't stand him either.
I hate this dude,
Goku.
man.
I can't stand him either.
One of my heroes.
No, I love him. I love him and I hate him. I love him because he's like.
I feel like Super Saiyan 2 Goku is a Goku I could like reason with, or I could like get behind. They're different people. Like, well, they're the same person, but the attitude is different.
Yeah.
Like Super Saiyan 2 Goku isn't like you don't do that. You never do that. Every time he's Super Saiyan 2, he might glare at you. Like,
no, he's like Super Saiyan 2 is like
When
it
he's
should be his
base-
new base mode, you know?
goofy as hell. I can't stand him. And then when he
So like not Goku, so with the losses of Krillin and all those kind of characters and young
Yeah, I'm
Gohan,
sorry.
you needed some comedic relief. So I think Goku's kind of filling that role as a comedic relief. Sidebar, speaking of Goku's bloodlust, I love how he crushed the Pataras going against Boo. That's Goku right there, man. You're right. He wants to test you. You know what I mean?
He wants
It's-
all
that's
the
Saiyan
smoke.
in him. You know what I
He
mean?
wants
Like,
all the
it
smoke,
up,
but
man.
he wants
he
to.
can't help it.
But you know the thing about him is he wants to draw it out. He wants to because he just wants nothing. He wants nothing more in his life than to just fight,
Mhm.
fight. In Super, they refer to him as a what do they call it? A something junkie. It's like a fight. He's like a fighting junkie
Right.
or something like
he
that.
is, man.
That's what they refer to him as. Like everyone refers to him as like a fighting junkie, and he's like he just wants to fight. So that's why with Broly, he's like I haven't fought Broly yet, and I'm seeing what's going on.
I wouldn't
But
do it.
when is it
I'm gonna
my
start
turn?
over.
Like when is it my turn? So
Yeah.
Broly comes at him.
He wants the full
Leveled
full process.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to feel every hit. He
wants-
have to move up on his own.
He wants to be able to be
Because he's not
inspired to
smart.
move
He's
up.
not a
He is not a smart person.
he's not smart. He's a strategist when it comes to fighting. But outside of that, he's dumb as hell.
He's
Yeah,
a
he
brute.
is dumb as hell.
He's
But-
a brute.
But you explained it. You explained it
Vegeta is
perfectly.
way more tactical than Goku.
You explained it perfectly. It's a process with him. He wants you to. He wants to be inspired to go to the next level if he has to, you know. And he doesn't want it to happen because he knows he could just go Super Saiyan Blue right away
Yeah,
right
and
away.
win, you know. But he's like, where's the fun
Yeah,
in
do
that?
that.
That's not fun. So that's why he was powered down. And then he eventually goes up. He didn't get to go to Blue though.
That's why he tested level 3 versus Fat Boo. You know, he could have destroyed Boo. You know what I mean? He gives him the test, lets him live. Okay, I'm gonna let him get stronger. He said he can evolve. So what's going on? I want to see what he can do. You know.
I do it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love how Goku crushed the Pitar. And back to Broly, man, Super Broly. I loved how they needed each other at the end of the movie. It wasn't like Goku was the hero and Vegeta was the kind of played aside. Like the one thing with heroes, you know, not much of a spoiler. I hated how Piccolo got beat up so easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought that was gonna happen to Vegeta. And they needed each other. They had the fuse. That was the only way. And they took them out together. And when Goku went to that planet at the end, saw Broly sitting there, gave him medicine. Hey, can I come train with you
He's like,
sometime?
hey, yeah, no hard feelings.
You are one of the last Saiyans.
Like-
We're bringing you into the fold.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
Like
you
that
said.
was super cool. Like I liked that, you know, they gave Broly character, they gave him like some story, they gave him some emotional range, and then they were like, come on in, right?
Mhm.
Now you're part of this, right? You didn't just
Let's-
kill him off because
you
we
are part of the
always
family.
everybody from the old movies, everybody saw Broly and was like, this
He was
dude's
just
dope.
a maniac.
He's
Yeah,
dope.
He's just a,
He's
just
super
a-
powerful. This
he's
guy's crazy. We
yeah.
want more of him. That's why they did 3 movies.
This
even if
three
they fell
movies
off.
with Broly.
Yeah,
Like you said,
because
more-
everybody
like
loved
Bio
Broly. Now
Broly,
you're like, yeah.
like Bio Broly. I'm like, what is
Bio
this?
Broly was so trash.
Like, what is this?
I
They-
like
I
like
just had to
2
do
though.
it, I
When
guess.
Gohan fought him, didn't Gohan fight him in 2?
Yeah,
Broly
yeah.
2?
Gohan,
I like that.
Gohan,
I like that.
Gohan, and
Wait,
Goten,
Question:
Gohan,
Where was
and
Gohan doing all
Goku.
this?
And well,
He's
he's
all reading
in the
books.
series. He's in
Okay.
the series. Gohan or Goten?
Gohan.
Well, Gohan, because that's all Goten.
Gohan.
just
Yeah,
hang
he's just being a dad.
I wish you saw Hero Juice, man. This website I got, man, it's on
Another
there.
movie?
I'm not gonna say it on air, but this website I got is on there.
If you watch Superhero, Gohan gets his shine.
Okay, bet.
He gets his
That's
shine.
a new one, right?
Yeah, it's the newest one.
But
The one after
just-
this one.
Based off pure action, don't expect Super Broly type, you know.
Oh yeah,
This-
no,
I
Super
mean,
Broly as far as action is way
This was
above
like the pinnacle.
Superhero.
This was probably one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies or
I agree.
projects.
If
Period.
you want my honest rating, I'll give it a solid A. I did have some issues with it. I felt like it was a little slow in the beginning,
Mhm.
but from that point where they got on the planet,
Mhm.
like this is all I've ever wanted from Dragon Ball as a kid.
Yeah.
Like straight fighting for 45 minutes to an hour. That's all I ever wanted.
Fighting. They even went back, even when they missed the fusions. They were like, fast forward at 30 minutes.
Right.
Fast forward. We ain't got time for
this.
So
And
do it again.
do you realize? Do you also
beat
realize?
up for 30 minutes?
Yes. No.
He got
He's
beat up for an hour.
He's getting hands from Broly for one whole hour.
Worked for an hour.
Another 30 minutes. But he held his own for an hour. I mean, he was getting his ass whooped.
Oh,
but
he's
he
getting his ass
didn't
whooped
get
for an
taken
hour.
out, you know?
But like,
It would be cool to see some of that fight.
But can we talk about? Can we? I don't think it was much of a fight. I think it was just a beatdown.
No, I think it was just.
I think it was just straight up beat
But
down.
he took it like a man.
But can we talk about the Gogeta versus Broly like fights
Yeah.
itself?
Yeah.
Like there was so many like iconic moves.
Oh, it was spectacular.
Like the Stardust Breaker, the Big
Yes.
Bang Kamehameha,
Yes.
the part where they hit each other so hard they go into a different dimension.
I saw
Did you
that.
see
Like
that?
I
was
did.
like,
I was wondering
wow.
what you guys are talking about. Like
I was like,
y'all talked about that last week. And I was like, what? No, these famous literally punched themselves into another
The
dimension. It was
I'm like, whoa!
and just kept fighting.
It was so dope.
And then punched
So
themselves.
dope.
I mean,
it
it
was
was
so
one
dope.
of the best Dragon Ball Z projects.
Nah, that's
That's
crazy.
everything
The
you think
animation
Dragon
was
Ball Z is
was
in
so
that
on
fight.
point.
It was
Like it was so on point. Like this is everything I ever wanted. As like as a kid, I was like, I just want to see everyone fighting nonstop for a long time, and that's what we got.
It was everything Dragon Ball
You
Z
know?
is wrapped up into
It was-
one.
It was so good, man. I was just like, goodness gracious.
No, this whole next 45 minutes. Not even doing. This is not 45.
Well,
minutes.
this last part's like 6 minutes.
10
minutes.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
minutes or so. But the music.
How did she survive?
Whis?
No. Bulma. I guess we
imagine
protected
Whis
her,
was
right?
protecting her, yeah, because
Oh,
there's
yeah,
one part where
Because they
piece it
changed
together.
it. They changed the terrain. Like
Oh yeah, that's
that was
true.
the Arctic
I
tundra.
guess Whis protected her though.
They
'cause
turned that joint into a volcanic wasteland.
This whole joint was dope, man.
Like
I mean-
the animation was so well done. And my man Gogeta
It is
isn't
so
even Super
dope seeing
Saiyan yet.
Gogeta, man.
Yes, and it's finally great to see him like he's actually legit a part of Dragon Ball now.
Yeah.
The
You know?
music, the action, the colors.
I love he goes Super Saiyan here, and it's like, yo, let's go.
He goes.
So, I mean, let me ask you a question. So, why were we so
Dude,
into
get
this
stole.
movie, right? Like, this whole last fight
Hold on.
scene was
Hold
45
on.
minutes, right?
Right here.
Oh yeah, it's,
Right here. Right here. Hold on. Here.
Knock the
Right
shit
here.
out of him. So, this whole last fight scene was 45 minutes, right?
Mhm.
You know, I remember a lot of people had a problem with Man of Steel. How, like, that whole end fight, like, people kind of wanted out of the action. Like, the aliens attacked the city. And it was about a good 30 minutes of straight, nonstop
I love
destruction.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
why do we love this, but we didn't like...
Well,
I like
question.
Superman. I did like it, but there
Good
was a
one.
moment. I think I went to the movies with you. There was a moment in there where I was like, so much destruction going on. I feel like Superman doesn't care
That's it.
about.
that's it right there. It's a really
Right.
good question. That's it right there. It's like this is expected. This is what we want.
I hate how they're destroying
You know what
Earth,
I mean?
but at least they're not in the middle
I
of the
thought
city.
I thought Earth was done for a couple points.
Oh,
I was
well,
like,
yeah.
how did this
Craters
not
and
put a
lava
hole
coming up.
through the
Out of
core?
Dragon Ball, this is
Archie.
what we want. But out of Superman, knowing about how his character and about how he's supposed to protect and supposed to be an icon, all that destruction. I get that it
It's
was
like
like
needless.
day 2. I get that it was like day 2 of him being Superman, and he has to learn how to be the icon he's going to become. But no, Superman,
You're right.
you're supposed to protect us.
Why didn't they just go out to a mountainous area and fight? I don't understand why movies don't do
That's
that.
why they addressed that in Justice
They
League.
did. I
They were like,
love that part.
like we gotta go to a place where there's nothing around, and I was like, wow.
Was that Batman versus Superman? I loved when Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman, where Bruce Wayne saw it from the ground, and you were like, damn. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the kind of death you would expect, you know.
Yeah.
Like at the end of Man of Steel,
When
like
you
one
saw
of the
the
girls
ground.
is like reaching for Perry. Who played Perry? Lawrence Fishburne, and like saw this rebar and concrete just around her. She helped me, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you didn't get speared by any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Superman,
you magically just
Superman threw Zod through a building. There was no people in there. I mean, what about the falling
Also-
debris?
Somebody
Also-
got splattered.
also it seemed to take all of like a week for them to recover.
Hey,
Whereas like that's like 20 years worth of
that's
at
the
least
same-
worth
same
of
thing
like
with Marvel,
fixing
though.
up. You know?
What's Tony
Like
Stark's
Twin Towers took a couple years.
Yeah, dude.
What's Tony
Like,
Stark's
that
recovery
took a
team?
long time.
Remember they stole the stuff from Spider-Man and from Michael Keaton and Spider-Man. what's the name of the team that comes to clean up?
You mean Vulture Squad? I
Yeah.
forgot the name.
The C.
That's kind of the same thing. They destroyed New York. We let Marvel slide. We gotta let DC slide a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fine and all, but like to really answer your question, like we expect this.
Yeah. He just beat him.
We just want destruction. We want like fights and crazy destruction out of Dragon Ball because it's anime.
I think our
they
humanity
did blow up the moon just off of whim.
I think our humanity feels something when we see buildings and just you know it's a movie and fake,
it's more real.
But you kind of know there's people
and
around there.
It's also more real. Like, this is like animated.
Yeah.
Like it's like we definitely feel more because it's like wow, like that's like
also
that looks like a building I used to work in.
Yeah. Also like. Yeah, if during this fight they were showing people around the world, like sometimes during the DBZ, like doing boot, they would cut to other people on the planet,
like running away. Like,
what else going on? Why is the earth shaking?
Right.
We didn't see any of that through this.
Yeah, this was just an wide open space.
Like Broly's big. I felt
bigger.
I felt more scared. Like this whole part right here, man, with the music, and he flies up his beam and just punches him. He goes. I don't think he shoots a beam at him. He doesn't even shoot a beam at him for like the next couple minutes. Like
he only does when he does his
one blast
when he does his special when he does the charging special.
Yeah, and he doesn't shoot a beam at him, but he hits him with something.
Yeah, he hits him with a ray from the sky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was dope. What was that?
Because it wasn't like a
special.
That's not even breaking the sweat. Powered back up.
I forgot what it's called.
That's a dope move.
Yeah, but he goes like this, and then the beam comes from the sky.
I think it's coming up.
Yeah.
I watched this after I saw Heroes last week. I went home. I started watching a bunch of Dragon Ball. Man, I just wanted to get back into it. So just beating him down.
Yeah,
I haven't shot a beam at him yet.
He gives him hands for a little bit.
Class.
Just beating him.
Which is great to see.
And then he flips up, and then and then the beam comes from the sky.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a ray of sunshine.
It is. Hit him.
Dope.
Yeah, so good, man.
And he's not even trying. He's not even like if you look at, he's not panting.
Well, because the wind button's about to happen.
I mean, he's just like,
and even Whis and Frieza was like, uh-oh.
And you think about it, though, that's why I was so excited in Heroes. That's why I keep bringing up Heroes, but it's just for point of reference. When I saw Broly with Vegeta and Goku are more battle tested and more hardened, so they are used to kind of like imagine this Broly, as strong as he is, battle tested and seasoned.
I got a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
what if
Kamehameha though, but like, it's
talk about like what if 10-year super trained Broly against Gogeta? Does it go the same way?
I think it goes the same way.
Do you think so?
It's just going to be a little harder for Gogeta.
A little harder
because Gogeta straight fucked him up here. Like
he's not even
it's not even a contest.
He was totally outclassed.
I think it goes the same way, but it's just hard. It's going to be harder for Gogeta, and especially if Broly is really like.
Gogeta. I mean Broly's God level blue hair Super Saiyan.
Oh, I don't know.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like,
I don't know. If Broly has the ability to go blue,
because he was only Super Saiyan 2 during this.
If Broly has the ability to go blue, then outside of the anime trope of Gogeta will just get stronger than that.
Yeah. His aura was green though, so I felt like that was a different kind of Super Saiyan. I felt like it was
that's always been Broly's color,
right? So it made it feel different.
Like even his hair is like a green. It's green. It's not yellow.
Yeah, it's not really deep yellow. Yeah, so it's like. I felt like he was a different level of Super Saiyan, man. But all around dope movie. I'm tempted to give it A+. It's hard to give any movie.
I'm giving it a solid A.
I'll give it an A.
After this conversation, I'll give it a cool B+.
B+. Okay, so the grade went up a little bit. Okay.
It was a good movie, man. Like
so you want to swing A-?
I'll watch it again. We'll talk about it. Maybe if I pick up the context of like what.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan Red versus Super Saiyan Blue means.
Yeah,
because I just saw them go that and get smacked around, and I was just like, that's not very impressive. What happened? So you might as well just down yellow and then go straight to fusion.
Yeah, so they needed the fusion.
So but I don't know.
That's why I appreciate how they needed each other. It wasn't a Goku versus Vegeta thing, and they worked in unison. They were a team. Let's go, Vegeta. I'm way ahead of you. You know what I mean? They're flying together. And good luck, Frieza. You know what I'm saying? Fly over top of Frieza. So it's just a beat down from that point. You're right. I want to see some of that fight. I just want to see him get beat up.
Yeah, right.
Because this is only
Because
poetic.
you know,
justice.
But it would have been like not
embarrassing.
entertaining. It would have just been like, all right, it probably take like 50 seconds of
Yeah, he's
this.
such a dick. He killed his dad.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
He was just
Not
like,
that.
oh no, what happened? I was like,
He's like,
the worst.
Broly, look what happened.
Oh no.
That's the thing that sent Broly over the edge. So maybe
Yeah.
that's the connection with him and Goku is that humanity. He loved his. Well, see, that's the confusing thing because Bardock, right? When you flash back to Bardock, it's like the Saiyans were any other race. They had love. Bardock loved his wife, and you saw his wife cooking dinner, and so didn't they have some humanity, or was
They
it
did,
a
'cause she
strictly
was crying
warrior
when they
race?
sent him with Goku.
No,
Right.
I mean, Saiyans are.
Because I thought that the warrior part of them just was like Spartans or something.
Saiyans
weed out
Saiyans
the
are a
weak.
warrior race, but I mean, it's not that they're incapable
Still a
of
different-
feeling love. You know,
So why
I mean,
was Goku
dude,
so
think
much
about
far
it. You didn't see
stronger
no
than-
kids running around. All the kids were in pods.
Mhm.
They ain't had the patience to deal with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They might have killed some
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
But like, we got to put your ass in the
Were
in
they
this
in
little
pods
pod
in
here.
Bardock?
That's their
I gotta watch
daycare.
Bardock.
Yeah, right.
That's their daycare. It's like, I
Everybody
put
get a
y'all in
pod.
here for 16 hours.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Bardock again. Yeah, I don't remember.
No, like Goku, you know, there's that whole thing with the half human, like the humans, half human Saiyans are always going to be stronger than their predecessors or their parents.
How
who are
so,
full-blooded
though?
Saiyans. Because Saiyans have the warrior instinct. They also have the bloodlust. The bloodlust is what prevents them from reaching their true potential. The human side of the half humans suppresses that bloodlust, and it actually lets them explore their actual true potential.
But
which is why
technically-
Gohan is so much stronger. Yes, he is.
No, I don't.
Yes, he is.
No,
He is so
okay,
much stronger than
hey,
his
you
father.
started it,
Well,
Frank,
He is.
all
Yes, he
right?
is.
No.
Yes, he
No,
is.
isn't it still cultural though? I
What
think
do
it
you
comes
mean
down to
cultural?
culture because
You mean like nurture?
yeah,
Like nature and nurture?
yeah. I think it's nurture because
Right.
like Goku's still the strongest. Like
And
yes,
he's
Gohan is
full-blooded
strong,
Saiyan.
and I
Gohan-
didn't see it in any new
Gohan's the
movies.
strongest. We all
I
know
don't buy that
Gohan is the
Beast Gohan.
strongest.
No, we don't know how
Come
strong
on, look
Beast
at
Gohan is.
Cell. Look at Gohan versus Cell.
Goku surpassed that.
Yeah,
He surpassed that, but he was dead.
Gohan didn't matter until
Gohan
the
at
latest
Super
movie.
Saiyan 2. You think Gohan at Super Saiyan 2 was
I
not
agree with you
was
with
not stronger
potential.
than Goku at Super Saiyan 2?
Goku went level 3. I said Goku went level 3. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of surpassed. So Gohan,
because
even
you're
when
talking
he
about
went missing,
potential, right? Like
Yes,
wait,
potential.
reaching their fullest
Fullest potential.
potential.
Yes.
But again, like
That is yes a matter of time. I know that's a
Time,
matter
alright.
of time, but like Goku, let's just
like
potentially
how
say
would Gohan have that same path?
Gohan would have a different path. That's what I'm saying. Gohan, like everyone's potential is different. Every character's potential is different, right? Like
Uh-huh.
it's even right down
Personality.
to like Goku and Vegeta. They're like neck and neck.
Mhm.
Like Goku's here, Vegeta's like right here,
Mhm.
right? But now, if you watch the end of Super, that's different now,
Yeah.
right? It's a little different now. Whereas, like, they're actually finally starting to deviate, where they're becoming two very different characters as far as power level is concerned, and their potential is going to be different from here on out.
See,
They've
Wait,
separated.
meaning-
They've separated. They found a new form, and they found a new form, and they're separated with the form. Now they're not. It's not like It's like, you know how like Goku went Super Saiyan 3
Mhm.
and Vegeta never did,
Mhm.
right? That was kind of a separation with them. But then like Goku went red, Vegeta went red. Goku went blue, Vegeta went blue. Goku went Ultra Instinct, Vegeta went Ultra Ego.
Right, the ultra ego. I didn't see. I'm not even that far. I don't
Now
know what that is.
their paths are starting to deviate, so their potential now is different. But let's say it's a matter of time, right? Goku will hit a limit because he's he's half human, right?
Goku is not.
He's a full
See,
Saiyan,
that's what
right?
I'm like.
He's a full Saiyan. Goku will hit a limit. He will hit a limit.
Mhm.
You know, I don't give a fuck. Anime trope, stronger villain appears, I get stronger. He will hit a fucking limit. Gohan will never hit that limit. But Gohan's path is very different. Gohan has the potential to go fucking...
But
always
where
felt
is
like-
he though? Like, what does he have? Where is he at?
I'm not going to say.
So you have.
Because remember, I remember Mystic. And I remember Mystic being over very quickly.
Yes.
Absorbed.
Mystic. So the whole potential unleashed with Mystic Gohan, right? Potential unleashed. He's on the whole tip like, I don't need to go Super Saiyan. There's more power in not going Super Saiyan than there is in just going Super Saiyan. Going Super Saiyan is the easy button, right? I know that there's more power.
Teenager.
He is. Everybody's just like, just fucking go Super Saiyan. Just go.
No,
even Goku, even Goku was like, go Super Saiyan. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? But there's actually validity in that.
I've gone Super Saiyan.
But
Uncle got Super Saiyan.
No,
everybody.
But listen. There's actually validity in that because Gohan actually has achieved a level of power stronger than Super Saiyan 2 in Mystic form. So I'm not going to say anymore. Yeah. Watch Superhero, and you'll see
that's what I was gonna say.
The next level of that.
Frank has the context of watching Super and all the series.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of going off the movies, and I don't buy. I feel like the bloodline being diluted with Gohan would naturally make him weaker.
Make it weaker, yeah.
But Goku had that's the benefit of empathy and humanity as far as love and affection and those feelings. You know what I mean? But I don't buy Beast Gohan. Okay, I've seen Heroes, and I know Juice hasn't. But I don't buy that from him. We don't know how strong Beast Gohan is. Okay,
exactly.
They didn't clearly demonstrate how strong he is. But they showed us clearly that Gogeta is like how strong he is.
That's a fusion. That's different. That's
now we're talking about can Beast Gohan beat Goku Ultra Instinct? We don't know because we don't have a clear comparison of the two. We don't know how strong Gohan is.
But we've seen Ultra Instinct Goku for quite a little bit.
The form looked cool, right? And I like how it was mixed with Super Saiyan and Mystic. I like that. But he didn't do anything to demonstrate his, like he did. Okay, I'm not going to say too much about the movie.
I'm already knowing he's going to defeat
it's just a general idea. It's just a general idea of Gohan has been, I'm not going to say it's for lack of a better word, he's been suppressing himself so much with studying and saying, I don't want to go Super Saiyan, but don't sleep on him. His power potential is the greatest there is.
And you know what?
I'm a Gohan stan for life.
Watching some of the older movies, I was watching World's Strongest and whatever, Lord Garlic, remember Garlic Jr. and all that. So I forgot how much Chi-Chi made Gohan actually study. She wanted him to be a scholar. She didn't want him to train, So there's validity to that point, But the fact that he hasn't been training and he's not battle hardened, I feel like just makes him weaker.
It does.
I can see the potential, but think about
Beast
Gohan is not stronger than Goku.
Think about how Kaimon is just saying, what if we had a battle hardened Broly who can go Super Saiyan Blue, which means training. Imagine Gohan training like he used to every day.
I like how they made Mystic relevant again. It is relevant.
Do you really think Goku can be as powerful as that?
He looks dope.
I don't think so.
But, we don't even know how strong Mystic was because he got absorbed
know,
immediately.
I know we don't have context for Beast. We don't. He only did one move, and he didn't move from the spot that he was in.
He looked cool.
He looked really cool.
Yeah.
He looked really cool.
Piccolo
but at the same time, now in this movie,
so this is canon now, though.
It's canon.
Okay.
So we will see more.
I count all of it as canon. It's all based off nostalgia, man. I still count DC.
Yeah, it does suck that there's some of it that's not.
I hate how companies, in Marvel, and we're getting into Marvel. We're about to move on.
Which probably transition.
Right. But real quick, I hate how companies try to dictate to us about Star Wars and whatnot, what's canon and whatnot. Because you buy the rights to a property, it does not mean that you get to dictate what happened in the story. The fans dictate what happened. This is the stuff that the fans grew up on. We say what stories count and what stories should not count. Right? Like
in our hearts.
People in the heart.
In our hearts.
People, okay, you own the right, so you have the right to change the story, right? But saying that the people hated The Last Jedi, right? If we just say The Last Jedi doesn't count, if they come out and say The Last Jedi doesn't count, does it really not count, or did they really make that bad movie and try to add it to to the canon? If they come out tomorrow and say The Last Jedi doesn't count anymore, does it really not count?
I know people hate it. I watched it recently.
I hated what they did to Luke.
I thought it was fine. Wait, The Last Jedi. Wait, which was The Last Jedi?
Episode 8.
And then that's the one where Luke did his vanishing trick. And
it looked good.
Or what was the one after that?
Rise of
Skywalker.
All right,
Which
that's
was-
the one I recently watched. I did see Last Jedi, but Rise of Skywalker, I know people hated on that jump.
Yeah, I actually thought it was fine
I
too.
thought it was
It
good.
looked
I thought
great.
it was fine too.
It
It was
looked
directed
good.
well. I thought it was
Yeah.
directed well.
It
Yeah.
started
I like how
off
they
well.
tied everything off. We got to jump topics.
It started off well with Kylo
Go
Ren
ahead,
going
you
to
go.
that Sith temple. I was in, but it looked good. I just didn't like what they did with Rey, and I wanted her to be more of a destiny. This is my destiny.
Rey,
And I just felt
Rey.
like things were just happening. and she
Dude,
was just
Rey,
reacting.
I couldn't stand Rey. I couldn't
Yeah,
stand Rey
like
from
she
the
was
beginning.
just,
She was
it's almost like
such a
Sansa
Mary
Stark.
Sue.
I just couldn't
She was
stand
such a
her.
Mary Sue,
Yeah.
dude. Like
Meaning, what do you mean?
Mary Sue. Oh, here's a
I know how
girl.
to do this,
Here's a
man.
girl. She has power all of a sudden.
Let me lift
No
up this rock.
explanation, no reason. Let's just give her power and
She's fighting.
Yeah,
Darth
go.
Is that what
Sidious.
Luke did?
no,
But he had the
no.
bloodline.
Luke learned. Luke
Luke
learned from
yeah.
Yoda.
And Luke
And
had the
she learned
bloodline as
from
well.
She learned from Luke, but
Luke,
at
and
the same
then
time,
what's her name? Leia. She trained with Leia.
I felt like they didn't even have to go back to
No,
Sidious.
well, she said she did in the movie.
No, she didn't train with Leia.
I don't know. That's what she
She
said.
trained. She only trained with Luke. For Jedi training, she trained with Luke. Maybe in the Force. Maybe in some ways of the Force, she
Remember
trains
at the
with
beginning
Leia.
of the
And
movie.
they-
At the beginning of the movie, with the last movie, remember she was like running that obstacle course.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Oh, my bad.
Like
You're
that
right.
was
You're right. You're right.
technically-
You're right.
Yeah.
And Finn could have been so much more badass, man. Like an ex.
Oh.
Let's not talk about that.
Then
Like
just-
he's
let's
like,
just
I
not
think
talk
this was in
about
Rise of Skywalker, right? She's going out to the Death Star, right?
Needlessly-
And he's like, "We got to get to
Wasted.
Rey. We got to get to Rey." And he runs up to Rey, and like he's just his whole
Hey,
plan
Rey.
is just to yell Rey. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, how are you going to help
Hey,
her? Are you
Rey.
going to fly a ship in? Or you
Yeah,
gonna,
like such a waste.
Are you
Like
gonna
we could have
distract
legit
Kylo
got
Ren?
because you know they were gonna like legit make him
Mhm.
like an actual Black Jedi.
Yeah.
Like they were legit
They
gonna
were.
do
he
this.
didn't have to be. He could have been a defecting soldier, but he should have been more
He
tactical,
could have been more of a soldier,
take charge.
right? He could have
could've
been more
been.
of a soldier.
Come
He
up with
could've
a
been
plan.
more-
But I mean, like,
like a
we
Sokka.
were all,
I
we
wanted
were
it.
all, we
I
were
wanted
all
it.
faked out. We were all faked out by you saw
We
you
saw
saw promos of him holding a lightsaber.
We were fake.
We were all faked out.
But I was fine with him being a soldier. Just have more of a plan. Be more take charge.
They
You know,
wasted his character.
be
You're
the
right.
Sokka of this series. You know, I don't know
they,
how we
they
got
wasted
on
they
this.
wasted his
They
character.
did.
They had so much because there was supposed to be so much more to him.
Everybody knows it.
but
Nobody can deny
He
it.
should have been like
Even
a battle
Disney doesn't
commander
deny
or
it.
something.
No, they don't deny it either.
Quiet on this topic. Because
Yeah.
you ain't got shit to say.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
He should have been like a commander of some troops or something. You know, like a general or something. You know,
Everybody's trying to be
something
Han
cool.
Solo. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Disney, I know you want to get to the
Yeah,
Marvel
transition
stuff.
to
So
Marvel?
yeah, speaking of which, all right. So
Man, that's long.
I'm not even trying to
You know,
transition
real
to
quick, welcome back to the Intelligent Idea Talking podcast,
you probably left.
where we have a tendency to ramble on and on about a certain topic for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoying the conversation so
Very
far.
passionate.
And yeah, we're going to transition to Marvel, man.
I'm
Talk
trying
about what's
to-
going on. What phase is this?
4.
It doesn't feel like it.
Really?
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, to me, Marvel just feels so disjointed. Like there's no
Yes, sir.
cohesion from.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
agree.
there are, but they're trying to do it from the shows. Like the show was supposed to inform the movie. It just made me confused in the movie. I was like, "What's Wanda's motivation here? Like, why is she evil? It's
there's-
awesome, but why?"
There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems like based off of what you just said. Like there's a
Pardon
lot
me.
of problems that I initially have with phase 4.
Right.
What's going on? Like to be honest with you, like first off, it's starting to become it has become quantity over quality.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in next year alone, 2023, they're gonna have 4 movies and 5 TV shows in 1 year.
Here, movie list.
Where is that?
There
Where
we
is that ever? Where is that ever? Like who does that? That's a lot. It's too much.
Wait, what was it?
It's
5
because
movies in 1?
4 movies and 5 TV shows next year alone.
They have to get off the ground with Disney Plus. I heard they're losing money on Disney Plus. That's what I heard.
They are.
I heard Google is losing money on YouTube TV. You know what I mean? Like it's expensive to run these streaming services. You know, especially for Disney Plus because it's so cheap. You know,
Like honestly, like outside,
you know they're going
of,
to raise the price. They're going to raise the price of it, but it's going to go up.
like outside, like of the movies that have come out so far and that have yet to come out, like outside of Spider-Man and Shang-Chi, horrible.
No,
Horrible.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was mediocre.
It was.
Doctor Strange to me was mediocre. Like
I'd
there was-
say just because of the cape and the multiverse thing that it was good.
I
And
think
the tie-in,
That
Wanda-
dead cape was cool as hell. That zombie cape,
Oh,
the demon cape,
The
when
demon
he was zombie Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm getting that Funko Pop.
I wanted to see
that
more
Jones.
zombie
No, that
Doctor
was
Strange.
cool as hell.
that
man.
was cool.
I wanted to see more of zombie Doctor Strange though. I mean, he wasn't in the movie. You know
That
what I
was
mean?
cool, and I honestly I really think that Doctor Strange is mediocre because it followed Spider-Man. Like
Okay.
Spider-Man was Endgame level event,
It was.
whereas Doctor Strange, I expected Doctor Strange to be on the same level, and I didn't get that.
I didn't either.
You know,
And I didn't
And-
understand Wanda's motivations. I liked her evil, but I don't like the fact that I have to watch
yeah,
a show to understand the movies because I didn't have to before.
You have to watch 9 hours worth of TV in order to
We're
get that.
questioning phase 4, right? We didn't question phase 2 and 3. You know, I think the problem
Oh, yeah.
Because
Let me-
phase three was was amazing. It started off with Civil
the
War,
problem
and
with
it just
Marvel, they lost a lot of charisma
Let
when
me
they
defend
lost
this.
Robert Downey Jr. and they lost Chris Evans, right?
I agree
Captain
with Chris
America
Evans.
and Iron Man.
let's be real. The Captain America movies
But
are still some of the best movies they got.
They still
Yeah.
had the continuation with Thor: Love and Thunder, and they let us down because
Wait,
you had Chris Hemsworth.
Stop.
You had
stop,
him.
because we know Thor movies aren't the best movies.
No, they're not.
Ragnarok was
So
dope.
they weren't. The
Ragnarok
first
was
Thor
cool.
movie was good. Ragnarok was
Ragnarok
alright.
was the third movie.
I thought they
The
revamped.
third one.
I
First
thought
one was
they
good.
revamped Thor.
The third one was good. Second
thought-
one was trash.
I thought the first
We know
one.
the
I
second
thought the
one's
first
trash.
one. I thought the first one was not good. I thought the first one
Okay,
had a lot of
you are
problems.
actually very right.
That first one had a
was
lot
not
of
good.
issues,
It was
dude.
just kind of cheesy.
It
That
really
man
was
fight.
good,
Yeah.
but he was new, right?
Yeah.
And we appreciated the
So,
character.
He
And
wasn't
Chris
new. He was
Hemsworth-
thousands of years old.
No,
He should've
but
been
I
in
mean,
there.
like
Chris
the movie
Hemsworth.
was
was
new.
good.
The movie was new, and to be
I'm talking about
real,
Thor. You talking about Chris
to be
Hemsworth.
real,
I'm
outside
talking
of
about-
outside
Oh.
of outside of Iron Man, Phase One was not good.
It was,
Mhm.
Iron Man and the
it
Avengers.
was fine, yeah.
Yeah, like the other movies, Iron Man 2,
Oh yeah, Iron Man 2 was trash.
The first Captain America, it was decent, but I had
Fine,
issues with it. Thor, the first Thor,
Yeah.
The first Avengers, fantastic, great
Even-
movie, still holds up.
Even
Yes.
the first Captain America was kind of on the borderline for me. It just
But the
It
thing
was
is, those
long.
those
It
were
was
all
build up, right?
those were
It was
all
build up.
origin stories, right? They all had to work out the kinks.
So that's
But
what
that's
we got
why they
here,
stepped
right?
it up. They stepped it
No.
up with like Winter Soldier for the second Captain America movie. They went from Captain America's origin story to Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier and then Civil
Woo!
War were game changers.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Winter
yeah.
Soldier
Two of the
still
best
one of
movies
the
They
they've got.
pivoted like greatly in the whole Marvel
Oh yeah,
scene.
exactly. They pivoted so hard.
But we have to acknowledge that every movie's not going to be
I
a
know
hitter.
that. Yeah, I understand that. I
Like,
understand
so
that. But
we have
unfortunately,
to just let it grow.
But
Like
we-
out of these movies, like you said, Shang-Chi was good.
Shang-Chi was
Spider-Man No Way Home was
really
good.
amazing.
Look, Love and Thunder. Look, we all didn't expect too much, did we? We saw. Well,
We
let me
expected-
say, I saw Christian Bale, and I was like, "This is going to be mediocre." Right?
Oh, you don't.
And- No.
You don't like.
And-
Oh, you don't like the actor.
No.
Oh, okay.
And Eternals,
No.
Eternals. I saw Angelina Jolie, and I was like, I'm not
Cash-
sure where we're going with this.
Cash grab.
Yeah, exactly. But they have potential. So Blade. So we have a number of movies here that are going to build.
Yeah,
I'm
Doctor
kinda
Strange-
excited. I'm
Doctor
excited
Strange
for
is
other.
pivotal.
But I feel
Doctor
like all they
Strange
can
was
do is
pivotal,
let us
okay?
down. It's not. See,
Doctor Strange
To
wasn't
me-
pivotal though.
to
It
me,
was.
How was it pivotal?
the thing-
It made Wanda a straight up villain, and we got established.
True.
We more established the multiverse, right? Like the multiverse is still
I feel
like a
like I
fringe
honestly feel like
situation.
Spider-Man established the multiverse better than
Right.
Doctor Strange did. I really do.
How?
Because
They
they
actually
actually
went there.
because they actually
dropped in.
because they act so
We saw
America-
multiple different worlds.
with America Chavez, they would drop into different places.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that held less weight because we were meeting because we only met like different versions of like a couple of characters. There was the Illuminati, sure, but I feel like that whole entire scene was thrown away, and that scene was a reshoot. You know, that scene wasn't originally supposed to be in the movie.
Nope.
It was a reshoot. That's why Doctor Strange got delayed. It was supposed to come
Why?
out like,
What happened?
well, they because they changed directors first off. So the first director had shot a bunch of it. And then when Sam Raimi took over, he wanted to put the Fantastic Four character, X-Men or whatever, in this movie. He wanted to do that.
That's part of Doctor Strange.
They finished this movie already. They had to go back to do reshoots,
Mhm.
and it got delayed because all those actors had like schedule conflicts. Like John Krasinski was probably doing Jack Ryan at the time. Patrick Stewart was probably doing Picard at the time. Haley Atwell, she was doing stuff. Lashana Lynch was shooting 007 at the time. Like all those actors had conflicts, so they had to do reshoots.
Mhm.
So the movie got delayed. Anyway, I know we got to meet certain characters, but it feels like all of those characters did not hold nearly as much weight as the other two Spider-Mans.
I don't know, man. Like I feel like if anything,
And I remember something that you said last time we were here.
reaching across the multiverse, like
I feel
is a very like big deal, and it's gonna play out through the rest of these movies, man. I feel like
Now-
Doctor Strange, like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange both established that. Again, I think like let me just say this:
sure.
Spider-Man, guys, like I get it, it was amazing,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it's mainly because it
Best movie
played
came out
on
last
us, man. They knew what they were doing with that movie. That movie was a once in a lifetime.
They knew what they were doing, and
It was
did
a once in a lifetime, like
Did it.
heart. It was a shot out our hearts, man.
To get those
They
three
knew exactly
projects
what
to
they were
work
gonna do.
together, to come together like that. You
Dude.
know what I mean?
It was
The
dude,
licensing,
it's one of the
everything was a perfect
it's one of
blend.
the wildest. It's one of the wildest things. Like I've seen Spider-Man like double digits amount of times now,
Mhm.
like probably close to 20 times, maybe more. Right now, I even went and watched the more fun stuff edition that just came in theaters.
Oh, word?
Yeah, they it's like 11 minutes longer, and they added like deleted and extended scenes. Dude, something that you said last time we were here. You said that you appreciated Endgame more than Spider-Man, right?
Of course.
Because Endgame was 10 years in the making, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long has Spider-Man movies been out? How long has Spider-Man
We can't
movies been in the
count those
making?
as part of this.
Why
This is-
not?
This is a
Why
special-
not? They're
This is a special project. Those,
you have characters
those
from
were
20
projects
years.
unto themselves.
You have characters of 20
They
years.
came together in the culmination of this third Spider-Man.
Exactly. 20 years
so it's
worth.
separate,
What I'm
though.
saying- my
It's
main
not-
issue is that we can't hold that as the pinnacle of everything that's going to come out.
we
I'm
have
not
to.
saying it's the pinnacle. I'm not saying it's the pinnacle.
Other
I'm just
things
saying
going to have to like.
I'm just saying as
Some
far
are
as
going to be good,
quality,
some are going to be bad.
I'm just saying as far as quality is concerned, and even to some aspects, like you're saying that you said Doctor Strange established like it really opened up the multiverse. I'm sorry, it really opened up the multiverse. I feel like Spider-Man did a better job because it was more personal. We got characters that came to us, right, and we saw aspects that made us ask questions like, "Wow, what's going on in their worlds right now?" Tobey Maguire's talking about I reconciled with MJ. Andrew Garfield's talking about I stopped pulling my punches. I got rageful. I stopped being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We wanted to like know what was going on
Which is good for those Spider-Man,
in there.
right? But like we didn't actually get to dig into their worlds outside of what their commentary was on them, right? Like actually going to those different worlds and seeing them. I think that made like a big difference.
I like them showing up in
and
Tom Holland's
we're
world,
talking
'cause
about
he has the
outside
best
of
world.
the series because you did get to see a lot of that in Loki, but mainly basing it off of the movies, just seeing the different worlds. I feel like for the movies, that made a bigger impact.
That's fair.
The problem with Marvel is they lost a lot of charisma
So
and
we're
a
gonna
lot
go
of
there.
the
Which
fan
worlds are we
following.
going forward?
I feel like we had more. I feel like we have
Sorry.
more to explore. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I talk a lot during these podcasts,
No,
so I
you're
want other
good.
people to talk.
No, you're good.
I'll remember my point.
I'm just gonna say like I'm just of the perspective that like I feel like it's more personal if they come to us, and so it's like you're the viewer, right? You're watching the movie. If the characters come to you and start, interacting with your perspective, I
Right.
feel like it holds more impact. I feel like there's more of an impact there. Now you feel like you need to be thrust into their world to understand them more. But I feel like that, to me, I feel like that is just a whole lot of, there's a whole lot of figuring things out. Like it's very foreign. It's very like it's not intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
And to me,
Right.
and you have a different perspective, and that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. I just feel like it was more. That's why I feel like Spider-Man resonates with me more because I'm a Spider-Man freak.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like it felt more personal to be like kind of like to have them come to me
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of like bring me along on their journey with what they're saying and with the action scenes. It felt like it felt like I was in there. Whereas like if I get thrust into a different, completely foreign world, it's like, oh man, it's like when you go to a foreign country for the first time, you're like,
but
a whole lot of shit you got to figure out. You know?
For me, like that's the excitement for me because I like it's all about context, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, the environments give the characters the context. Why was Nova the
Nova?
In Illuminati? She was Nova, right?
No. She was Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Why was she Captain Marvel? Right.
Right.
Like why was yeah, why did any of that? Why was any of that there? Right. That's the question. And for me, like seeing how that world is different, it just expands the universe for me, and it makes it more more interesting, right? Like I know
that's fair.
We know this current Doctor Strange, and I like seeing the other Doctor Strange. I like seeing the crazy Doctor Strange at the end.
Yeah.
Right? I like seeing all that stuff, right? I like seeing the dead Doctor Strange who tried to betray her and ended up getting used as a fucking zombie puppet. Like I liked all of that. That was super cool to me, and how we saw a world that was broken and on the brink of existence as a result of
Doctor Strange.
You're right.
Yeah.
Which kind of like gives us context of how much power he can potentially have, or what things can go wrong. Like those whole what ifs. Actually, I think What If is a series that's coming up.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's passed already.
Oh, okay, that's the old one then.
Yeah.
Which was
real quick.
you have to watch the What If.
If I can butt in
for
real
me,
quick, because I haven't spoken in a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think the thing is like, I'm separating the shows from the cinematic universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the driver for a lot of this, all these shows, was the cinematic universe. That's what built up the legend of Marvel, right? Was Robert Downey Jr. showing up in Hulk? Was Captain America featuring Civil War? Was really an Avengers movie, right?
Yeah.
And the
Switch
charisma
2.5.
and the journey that we took with those characters fed into the culmination of Endgame, which was why I said Endgame was better than Spider-Man, right? I think what Marvel's lacking right now is they're focusing too much on the shows, right? Like they're trying to build their own platform, whereas we watched a movie play out in comic book form, right? Like this was a comic book played out on the screen, right? Can you scroll back up for me, Juice, man? So like these movies had cohesion, right? So like from Black Widow to Shang-Chi to Eternals to Spider-Man to Doctor Strange to Thor, there's no cohesion. There's nothing tying them together.
Nothing.
There's no joint universe. You know what I mean?
There's a plan.
So wait, hold on, guys. I haven't seen Eternals, right? I haven't seen that. That's the only one I haven't seen about all of them. But somebody told me there's a Titan sticking up out of the earth, right? But there's no reference to that in any of those movies. There's no reference to that in Doctor Strange.
Right.
Like there's no reference to Shang-Chi outside of Abomination and who's the guy who hangs out at Doctor Strange's place.
Wow.
There's no tie-in. There's nothing.
I think I missed that.
It's not a comic book playing out on screen for us, right? And I think that's where I think they missed the mark with Thor: Love and Thunder, man. It shouldn't have been so jokey. It shouldn't have been so. Remember in the beginning of the movie, he does the splits and holds the bikes. That's what I knew right there. I was like, man, this is going to be like a slapstick movie. That was your opportunity to have a tie-in, right? You had the Guardians of the Galaxy there. They made a cameo. They should have been part of that movie. Like, we should have established a larger threat to tie in all of these different worlds. And I know they're trying to play on the multiverse, and they have different things happening here and different things happening here.
And it won't be the same. No, it's going to be here, guys. Oh,
I think
Secret Wars?
Yeah, they announced that.
Guys,
I think the charisma of those actors drove a lot of that as well.
Okay?
You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say, guys, have faith. Ye of little faith.
I think have faith. Last
faith.
point, guys. I think the steam will have worn off by then. I don't think we'll care as a culture. It's not going to be this cultural phenomenon like Game of Thrones or Avengers or Marvel. That's why I was so disappointed in DC and the Zack Snyder. Like, I know they had already changed directions, and it's hard to pivot and turn and go back. But with the Snyder cut, it's like, now is your time to strike, DC. Marvel's weak, okay? They are ripe for the picking, bro. Like, there's nothing. There's nobody holding us here. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth held us there. You still had Chris Hemsworth. Where's Thor: Love and Thunder?
Chris Evans is coming back.
You still had Chris Hemsworth. That should have been a more serious movie. Like, I'm finding out who I am. I'm finding out my power. Like, what is this overall overwhelming threat we have to overcome, right? And like DC, dude, tell me you weren't excited when you saw Darkseid staring down the Justice League through that boom tube, bro. Did you see the Snyder cut? You didn't see it, Juice?
Nah.
What? Sacrilege,
What?
Juice. Sacrilege.
You didn't see
Bro,
it?
you gotta
No, I
watch
haven't
that.
seen it. The Snyder cut.
When you see Thanos,
What?
I saw the original jump, man.
when you
No.
see Darkseid Omega
Bro.
beam somebody underwater, you'll be like, Thanos who?
Yo.
I want to see Darkseid.
Yo,
bro. Like,
the-
I know Darkseid.
Yes,
like
the-
Darkseid
the
is one of the
Snyder
craziest
cinematically
dudes.
though, I mean,
The
you know,
Snyder
he looked
cut.
more
Yo,
intimidating.
the Snyder
than
cut
Thanos.
Justice League completely redeemed
Okay,
the Justice
It was
League
gorgeous,
movie. It
bruh.
was so
now,
good.
what do you think about
That whole thing.
Black Adam and the new Shazam being the ones who pulled this
I
together?
am excited for Black Adam though. I am excited.
I'm not.
Guys,
They have to do
I'm
it.
saying,
I'm
look,
not.
I don't know
we
about
have-
Shazam, but Black
we
Adam.
have a lifeline here, okay? So hang on tight.
I heard
Listen,
Henry Cavill wants to
Shazam?
come back.
And Black Adam. That's what you
Li-
guys have.
Listen.
I mean, that's
listen.
what we're talking about, right?
I heard DC wants to re-sign Henry
No,
Cavill.
no.
Oh, the new Batman guy.
From the Batman, Robert Pattinson.
Twilight. Pattinson, yes.
Yeah.
And best part
I
of
thought
Doctor
that movie was
Strange.
great.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Best part of Doctor Strange is when Professor X wheelchair rolled around that corner, man. You saw that yellow wheelchair, you were like,
He looked comically small in that wheelchair.
I
That
thought it-
wheelchair,
I thought
he
it-
looked like a
I
child
thought
in
that
that
was a good
wheelchair.
opportunity.
Huh?
Which-
Professor X and Doctor Strange.
I thought that was a good opportunity
that
for
was
them
cool.
to change actors, right? God bless the actor who plays him, right? But we have to
He's in
establish
his
a new
70s.
canon.
He's
Yeah,
in
we
his
have to
70s. He's
establish.
old,
I
yeah.
thought his death in Logan was poetic and brutal, and it was a
And
final
final.
end
Yeah.
to his arc. Him and Hugh Jackman, that was it, you know. And they should have had a different character to play Professor X, man.
No,
But that was
that's
I was
fine, 'cause he
psyched.
died in the end. We didn't want to bring in the young Professor
But that's a
X
different
because
universe. But
we
I was
didn't
like,
wanna bring in
yo,
the
is
bald,
Wolverine?
other
Is Wolverine
guy.
walking around the corner? Is the Thing walking around the corner? Like, hold on, what's going on here? You know
I
what I
thought
mean?
it was fine because also we're talking about Illuminati. Like these
Yeah.
are
See,
Illuminati.
I haven't watched the
is
show.
Namor.
I haven't watched
That's
any of
not
these shows.
No, Illuminati is
That's
from
not
the
in the
comics.
what
It's
ifs
from the
or-
comics.
from the
No,
comics?
it's from the comics.
See, I haven't
like
watched
Civil
What If.
War, man.
I watched a couple. I watched where Ultron took out Thanos in What If. Is that a What If episode?
Yeah.
I watched like a clip where he took out
Ultron
Thanos.
took out Thanos.
I thought he like laser beamed him
Ultron
as soon
took
as
out
he came through the.
everything.
Yeah, I was trying to take
Yeah.
out everyone.
But I see. I don't want to
Hey.
be spoiled, so I just watched that one clip.
I feel like
Yeah.
out of all of this,
Look.
King Killmonger.
I feel like out of all of
You
this,
gotta watch What If,
That'd be
man.
dope.
What If, man.
King Killmonger. I think that's what they're gonna do to rectify Black Panther.
They're
man.
bringing all this, dude,
Nah,
guys.
Black Panther, it's going to be a female in the
Here,
series.
I heard that they have
Here, hold
Michael B.
on.
Jordan on under some kind of contract. I heard.
Guys,
Marvel has them under.
They're
some
bringing
kind of
people
contract.
to the main verse, right? And I think that's going to be the ultimate thing, right? Like, they're going to pull people into the main verse. America Chavez isn't running around forever. She's coming back, and she's not going to be the only one. There's going to be others coming to the main universe, and I think they're going to bring the new Black Panther to the main universe.
Who makes more sense
I
than
think
Michael B.
ultimately,
Jordan? Though?
Shuri's always only been temporary.
Shuri has
Always
been the
only
Black
been
Panther,
temporary.
but she has been
She
Black
has.
Panther.
Michael B.
Temporary.
Jordan could have
She'll
easily.
be the
been
Black
redeemed in
Panther
that movie.
in Wakanda Forever.
I don't think he
And
should
then
have
by the
died.
time Avengers Kang
I agree
Dynasty
with you.
rolls in,
I don't like. It's very possible that he didn't die. We didn't see him
He was
actually
of
die.
Wakandan royal blood, and you
We didn't actually see him
abandoned him,
die.
you orphaned him.
You know, they
orphaned
could have,
him
like-
and abandoned him.
They could easily pull a switcheroo. I mean, like in the trailer for Wakanda Forever,
Easily.
you see someone in the Black Panther suit, and it looks female for sure.
yeah,
But-
I was actually
But
like,
we've been fooled. But we've been fooled before.
I was like,
we've been fooled before. That's lady
I think
butt.
that's a girl.
That's lady ass.
Yeah, that's
right?
girl booty.
That's girl butt,
Definitely
right?
a girl.
But like we've been fooled before.
And yeah, hey, even if it's not, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, all right?
Nothing wrong
Even if
with
it's not.
This
It's
is the only, this is the only
traditionally-
fact. This is the only way we
Black
can really
Panther is a
tell
male.
I'm gonna
about
leave
like
that up there for a while.
It is black and gold though, so does that mean
That's
that
Golden
she took the
Jaguar.
same?
I'm sorry, that hand though.
The hand is also looks female,
It's a
small,
hand.
smaller hand.
Yeah.
But we've been fooled before. Remember the Infinity War trailer when you saw
yeah,
all
that's
the
what you all
Avengers
want,
running, including the Hulk. The Hulk in Green Hulk form.
Mhm.
It's not what we got in the final product. We had Mark Ruffalo in the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah, that was
We had
weird.
Bruce Banner in the
Which was kind
Hulkbuster
of
suit.
doper. I love that Hulkbuster. I love that Hulkbuster suit.
It was
They always
cool.
try to throw you off in the
Better
trailer.
than-
I can't stand what they
Oh
did to the
wait,
Hulk.
where's
Hulk is a bitch now.
They keep talking about
I think maybe the actor.
Ironheart. Where is she
She
at?
does a lot of behind the scenes
I
stuff.
haven't
I think maybe the
Ironheart, she's gonna be in
actor,
Wakanda Forever.
okay.
the actor wanted more face
You see
time.
her in the trailer.
Okay. Yeah, that
Like,
was her.
think about it. Mark Ruffalo, he has to have so many hours of or minutes of FaceTime in the movie.
Remember,
you know,
Mark
contractually,
Ruffalo,
he's
how
an
they
have to-
actor.
That's what they. That's what
He
they.
needs to act.
That's what they do. That's what they do with like the majority of these comic book characters that like that wear masks.
He was
They
funny as
always
shit,
they
man.
always have them. He was. They always have them take their masks off because you know it's
I
more
hated that in Black
relatable.
Panther, yeah.
I hated that in
And
Spider-Man.
plus
Like
they
all
need-
3 Spider-Man always had their
You
fucking
come in
mask
there
on.
and
Put
rip
your mask back
Put your
on.
goddamn helmet on, man.
Put your mask back
No,
on.
right. That goes back to
You're
Val
Peter
Kilmer,
Parker.
George Clooney, Batman. Like everybody was always
Yeah, like I'm like, what are you doing?
like, yeah,
It's
you
hot
play
in
hard.
there.
It's hot. You gotta hide that identity, man. Like,
I know who you are. You're Peter Parker. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I don't know
Yeah,
about
no,
Tom
but I
Holland,
mean,
but I know you're Peter Parker.
we've been fooled before. Even in the trailer for the first Black Panther movie, there was a scene where you see it looks like T'Challa walking towards the throne when they do like that upside down shot and they rotate.
Uh-huh.
That was actually Killmonger in the final movie, right? They
Right,
CGI'd
right.
out his hair to make it look like it was T'Challa, but it wasn't T'Challa. It
oh,
was
I didn't know
Killmonger.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like we've been fooled before. So this
So trailers are very unreliable.
very unreliable, especially
That's
with
messed
the
up.
little moments like this.
And let me
You know
just
what
say
I
this
mean?
about the potential female Black Panther.
That calf right
Marvel has my heart. Like they brought me through 10 years. I read.
I mean,
Marvel
I don't know.
comic books.
This leg could look male.
I read Marvel comic books. I've been there through all the movies. They have my heart. They have my money already. So I'm going to see what Black Panther
course.
do. Right? I'm going to see it.
Of
So
course.
that-
Did I
I'm
tell
just saying-
you guys what I was trying to do? I was trying to rent out a theater to go see Wakanda Forever because it comes out on Veterans Day. So I think
what's
like
up?
everybody's off.
What's up?
It's too expensive, man.
I feel like they could
I
only
love
disappoint.
it, but like, yo, they were trying to ask for like $4,000, and that's before food and drink for like that night. So
I'm
like,
excited
no.
for Blade, but I feel like
Like, we would have
all
to
they can
rally
do
a
with
lot of
Blade is
people
just
to
to
get
get
That's
that
what I'm
money.
saying, and I had like 10 people, and I was gonna ask you.
So,
you know,
yeah, man.
but like
guys seen,
it's a lot. It's still
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
money.
You guys seen the lead of Battle Angel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy who plays, I forget the character's name, is playing Blade. You know,
Mahershala Ali.
I'm excited for
Claudine
Blade, but I feel like
loves
all they can
that
do
guy.
is let us down because the first 2 Blades were just so. The first Blade was
It's
just
a high
like it
bar,
set
man.
Yeah.
It's
Blade
weird
1 and
we don't
2
equate
are
that to
high.
Marvel.
Even
but,
Blade 3 can reach
Listen,
that high bar.
listen.
nah,
Listen,
I like Blade 2 though. I like Blade 2. I was
I
just
love
going
Blade
with Blade
2.
3.
I love Blade 2, but like, listen, I don't think anybody else could do it besides Wesley Snipes. I really
He looks like him, though. He
hope
does look like him.
Hey, don't let her hear you say that.
Alita was so dope.
there's no one that can play Blade like Wesley Snipes could. And you know what?
He was just perfect.
He was perfect. And you know what?
Because he had the actual
I
kinetic
really hope-
ability to do
His
the thing.
voice.
Yeah, he had the physicality to
I don't
him.
think Mahershala
I don't think he has
it.
it either.
I don't want to undercut
I
him.
think he
Maybe he
has either.
does. I don't know.
I think he's
He
just a
has
different kind of.
background.
I think he's just
Yeah.
a different kind of actor. But you know what? I really hope
He's a
Marvel.
good actor.
If Marvel is smart, and they have been smart in this way before, like Spider-Man, but I really hope they incorporate Wesley Snipes somehow. Maybe he's the new Whistler, or maybe he's the villain.
You know what?
Wouldn't that be fucking wild?
That would be
Wouldn't it be
really
like a Blade? Wouldn't it be like an older Blade, like fallen from grace or something that's going
Yeah.
around killing people,
He
or
might
his
not-
bloodlust is getting to him? That's fucking
If they
wild.
brought him in, that would be
So
good.
fucking wild.
He
You
might
know?
not have the chops of a Wesley Snipes, but with technology nowadays, I mean, Chris Evans wasn't really out there kicking ass, but
Nope.
Captain America
Chris
looked
Evans-
cool
No,
as
no,
shit.
he had physicality.
No,
He
Chris
did,
Evans-
but he wasn't
I saw
beating
him
right
do-
up in the elevator.
Dude, that corkscrew with the Spider-Man shield in Civil War,
Now,
that was him.
I saw Tom Holland do
That
some
wasn't
flips
him.
off a trampoline.
That
That was not
corkscrew?
him.
No, that was a stunt double.
You know,
That was absolutely not him.
You know
Oh, I thought
Cersei.
that was-
You know
There were
Cersei
scenes,
with the
though.
walk of shame. That was not Cersei. That was not the actress Lena Headey. It looked like her, right? They can CGI your damn face.
I thought I saw it was
I mean,
him. No,
Tarkin
it
came
was a
back
clip
and fucking
outside
Rogue
of
One.
it was a clip outside of the production.
With
I mean,
technology
anyway,
now,
I saw him
he
do a
can take
corkscrew. I saw Chris Evans do a corkscrew.
Oh man,
It was dope.
Tom Holland.
I
thought
There's some clip of
maybe
Tom
that's
Holland
what
like
it was.
flipping
They were-
off trampolines
they were
and
like-
doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
car scene with Dr. Octopus, but that's not Tom
Yeah.
Holland. They can't risk that actor to injury.
No,
you know what I mean?
Tom Holland actually has
I
the
don't think so,
physicality.
man.
to
Dude, this dude was running doing flips. I was like, dude, is that him?
Yes,
Dude,
that was him. I saw the
Dude,
same
you
thing
saw-
you're talking
Wait,
about.
did you see the video?
Did you
Yes.
see he was
You
wearing
saw
the
video.
mocap
It was
suit?
him. It was motion capture.
I don't know,
It was
man.
him doing it.
He
We
was
saw
wearing
his
the
face.
mocap suit.
Okay,
And
so
then he ran up and talked to the woman at the end.
I don't
That was
know.
his voice. That
I
was
don't know.
him.
I still don't
Like
buy
he
it.
didn't actually do it. It was
I
an
don't think-
actual like.
I don't.
like,
You know.
flying
You know.
car or, like, whatever,
Jackie
but-
Chan got injured so many times doing his own stuff. I don't think they can risk Tom Holland to these injuries. You know what I mean?
He doesn't
What
do
if Tom
all of
Holland
his own
flips off of
stunts.
that and somersaults and twists his ankle?
He doesn't do all of his own stunts.
So
but,
that's what I'm saying.
does
He
some.
could have easily
does some
gotten
of them.
injured in that clip. Like, was that him?
Yes,
you
it
can't-
absolutely was him. It was
I don't know,
absolutely
man.
was him.
Guys slip. They give you a black eye. You know what I mean? They you know, you twist your ankle. You
See,
But
you
you
got
gotta
a
remember,
black
this
eye.
is all choreographed.
CGI,
though.
black eye.
Yeah, you could.
You gotta remember, like
Right.
every
So
single
what's
step
the
of this.
small and middle.
You gotta remember, every single step of this is choreographed. though.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly. Like they tell him here.
Because Chris Evans
Like
always
you have
looked
to, like,
good in
look
Captain
right,
America.
look left. You know, look right, look left. Do a flip here. When you land, stop. All right, look right again. You know, because there's a car coming from this way. Imagine this. Imagine
Mhm.
that. It's all. Every step is choreographed.
I just don't know if
And
that
they
was
just do
him.
it.
I feel
That
like
was absolutely
they can't
him.
risk him to injury like that.
Oh, they absolutely
They will.
can. I
I
mean,
don't
like
know.
you have so many actors doing their own
Remember,
stunts.
they
Hugh
just
Jackman,
hold up
Tom
a movie
Cruise.
for
Tom
6
Cruise is like the
months.
biggest action
Well,
star
see,
that
like,
we
Tom
had.
Cruise is different. Okay,
Tom Cruise-
Tom Cruise is a different level.
But
of
he
acting.
does his own stunts.
I heard Top Gun was so good. Did you see Top Gun?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I see. I
haven't
didn't
seen
see
it.
it. Yeah, I
Heard it
didn't
was
see it
good.
either. I
Top
heard it was
Gun
so
was
I
good.
love the
great.
first one. I don't know. I'm
IMDb
watching
gave it like a 9.5.
Top Gun was great.
I trust IMDb more than Rotten Tomatoes. They give more accurate scores. Their scores reflect how I feel at the end of movies. You know, better than Rotten Tomatoes does. But I don't know.
I feel like out
trust
of
y'all.
all of this,
I know.
out of all of this, I'm excited for some of these. I'm excited for Ant-Man because we finally get to see Kang. I'm excited for
Kang's
Guardians.
Ant-Man.
You know why I'm not?
I'm
Because it
excited
says
for Guardians.
and no
Kang
why.
Dynasty right there, man. Guys, I'm just
I don't
saying.
know much about
Sorry.
Kang, but I didn't know much
So
about
right
Kang.
here, especially if it's 3 years from now, I feel like they're just throwing names out there just to kind of keep us satisfied. I really do. I really
With
want
the
them to have a
nerds?
plan. I really want them to have a plan. But I feel like they're just like, oh yeah, let's just throw these names. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna change the titles. They
Really?
guaranteed. They changed the title for Infinity War
Oh,
twice.
did
I think the
Infinity War
first
was so
one.
cool.
I think the first one was called. Oh, what the hell was it called? It was called something different. It had Infinity in it, but it was called something different. And then they changed it again, and then they split it up into 2 movies. There's supposed to be 1 movie.
Hey, and look, out of all those changes, we were satisfied.
Infinity War.
I was satisfied with
and
Infinity
Endgame
War.
were two of the.
Oh yeah, we saw with the ending of
Endgame.
Endgame moved us.
So what was better?
We were hurt.
Infinity War was a better
We
movie.
were-
I think I was more hurt in Civil
of
War.
course it was, because it wasn't the end.
I think I was
We
more
were
hurt.
hanging.
by-
We were
by-
hurt. I was hurt. Look, I was hurt at the end of that
everybody
job. I was like, hey,
Oh, because
like-
my man Tony was all burnt up. That's why. I mean, it hurt seeing Tony
dude, we
burnt
saw
up on the side.
Spider Boy get disintegrated.
But I think I was
Like,
more betrayed.
that was
I
rough
felt
to watch.
betrayed at the end of Civil War with Captain America. Man, I was like, that my Captain America wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
In
He
the
wouldn't
comics,
keep
he
that.
did.
Oh yeah, no,
he
that's
did,
exactly
but
what
it
he
wasn't
was.
as. It wasn't as. He didn't kill Tony's parents in that.
No.
movie.
That was for the movie.
That's what I was
like-
betrayed about. I was
But,
betrayed. Like you can't. He wouldn't know that this man killed his parents and keep it from him. He killed his mother was innocent. She didn't do anything. You know what I mean?
I love Civil
Cap's
War
got
just for the
secrets.
sheer
But
fact
if-
that they had the nerve. They had the nerve to put Spider-Man and Black Panther in the same movie, and I'm like,
I thought it
yo,
was dope.
my
Infinity
2
War
favorite
was so
characters.
cool.
Why y'all doing this to me? They had the gall to
I
put
was
2 of my
not-
favorite
They know what
characters
they
in the
doing,
same
man.
movie.
They know what they're doing.
I was not bored.
But that's when Marvel to me, they had a plan. They had the Infinity Gems. They had structure. I feel like they don't have structure.
Do you think it's
And that's what I
do you
feel like
think the
DC's
issue
missing out
is-
on. Right? You
You
got
think-
structure with the Snyderverse. Follow it. Follow that structure. The
Yeah,
fans want it.
they blew that up.
We
instantly.
want it. They did.
Dude,
and I understand why you can't
You
go
saw
back.
the trailer for
business-wise,
Shazam, right?
Yes, but I want Henry
With
Cavill.
the Power Rangers.
I want Henry Cavill to show up in
You saw
Shazam.
the Shazam
Dude.
Rangers.
Imagine you
All
to,
right.
to use.
The Power Rangers. That's it.
That's gonna be whack. The first Shazam wasn't that good. But dude, when you watch Snyderverse, when you watch it, imagine the Superman at the end of that movie inside of Black Adam. You know what I mean? Like that whole world.
But
feels
his-
like
is
it should connect.
Is
Superman
Henry
and the
Cavill
Snyder
actually
Justice-
done?
Yeah.
We got a problem with
The
that.
Superman at
So-
the end is.
So apparently, it's a
Oh,
wild
so-
ass rumor, and it's probably not true. But apparently, they want Henry Cavill for Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four
I
movie.
did. See, I don't know.
Could you imagine?
No,
Could you imagine?
Face.
I heard DC wants him back as Superman, or they're in talks or something. You know what I mean?
Henry
That's
Cavill,
what I
man.
heard.
He's a good actor.
dude, watch
Doctor
I
the
think he's-
Snyderverse juice.
I think he's okay. I think he's a little wooden,
It could have been.
but he's
Yeah.
a good actor. I think he's a good Superman.
He's a great Superman.
Yeah, he's a really good Superman.
you
I'm like,
saw-
if you guys wanted a new, no, we
You
already
saw
got
Justice League.
Sam.
You saw Justice League, right?
You saw the
Yeah,
2017 one,
Right.
The
the
Justice
Joss
League.
Whedon one.
So you
I
haven't
saw
seen
the
the
old one.
Snyderverse.
I didn't see the Snyderverse.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
like
Superman,
a totally different movie.
Superman is
I heard
badass, so badass in that
Really?
movie. Oh
Totally
my
different.
god, he's
It's
so
on
he's totally
HBO
different.
still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he showed
just
up
gotta
and
watch
beat
it.
him down, but yeah, I mean, just the conclusion and the dramatic moments were more intense, right?
Ezra
The
Miller's
things
got
that happened with the
F-
Flash,
Guys,
the things that happened with the
Ezra Miller,
Amazon. in
Ezra
the
Miller
beginning.
had the best part in the whole movie.
really?
Unfortunately, yeah,
It was just.
yeah, he was the
I know
hero.
Ezra
Is
Miller's
he
tripping
done
right
with
now.
DC?
He
After
dropped
after,
it
after
with
the
Life.
Flash, yeah, they dropped him.
He's
They
done
said
with
they're gonna
Life.
I
drop
think
him
we're
in.
done.
I
with
heard
it. Like, I think
They're done with
He
Life.
heard
Yeah.
he beat a girl up, beat somebody
Oh
up. for
yeah,
not
he
acknowledging
was
his-
on the run. He kidnapped someone.
Yeah, I heard he's
Like held them against their will. He's done with Life, like you said.
They're wilding, man. It's like he got to be the Flash, and he was like,
He
Yo,
won.
And
And
you know what the crazy thing is? The Flash movie is apparently testing amazingly. Like people are saying, it's like it was supposed to come out on Christmas this year. I'm not sure if I don't think it's gonna get delayed, but like, yo, people are like going to see this movie.
I'm
Like,
excited about a Flash movie.
I'm
man.
excited about it too, but like, god damn it, like, why you gotta be such a fuck up though?
Look, if you guys want me to come back to DC, which I'm out on DC. I'm gonna watch the movie.
Watch the Snyder
I'm gonna watch
cut. Watch the
Snyderverse.
Snyder cut.
And it'll probably be cool, but I just don't
Dude.
see them fixing this.
I swear to God.
But
Just
like,
remember, it's 4 hours long.
You ever played Injustice? It's broken up into parts.
yeah,
You also don't feel it though.
You ever
don't feel
played
it, though,
Injustice, the video game?
yeah. I played too.
Evil Superman, dictator,
Mhm.
tyrant.
They
Yeah,
go more
I
into
know the
that.
comic from the
They
first.
go
Now-
more into that.
Dude, you will want to see this movie. I
The
swear to God.
Snyderverse?
Okay,
And the
there's
Snyder
a
cut, yeah, they go more into like the Injustice.
there's a
version.
part in the movie where like okay,
If
no,
they
no
can pull that
spoilers,
off, they have me back.
no spoilers. Darkseid is like there and like they you remember Batman vs Superman the flashback scene or the
Mhm.
Batman's post-apocalyptic. So they go there in this movie, right? So like Superman,
How
like
do they do that?
he's seduced, and he comes in at one point in the movie and he lands, and these characters are there and they're looking at him, and you're like, you're fearful for them. You're like, dude, this is it for y'all. You know what I mean? Like,
Because the guy just landed in front of you. Yeah.
and it's totally plausible, right? A Superman in real life would be worshipped as a god. He would be feared, right? Like he could do anything he wanted. Like how would you stop him? And you want to see this movie. This movie is like the Mad Max with DC characters. I mean, it has you intrigued at the end, and you'll
Yeah.
want to see it.
Snyder Cut's legit.
I'm gonna watch it.
Even Miles has watched it twice.
Yeah.
That's
whole
the
thing.
That's the potential with DC.
The whole thing. He's watched it twice.
That's the potential with DC, and I feel like Marvel bringing it back. It's just disjointed, and that's my problem with
man.
Marvel right now. I did like
Let it
Shang-Chi.
go, man.
Look,
DC
look,
failed.
don't get me wrong.
Choreography in
If they bring
Shang-Chi
back-
was
Don't get me
Batfleck,
wrong. Don't get me
I'm in.
wrong. DC sucks ass.
Yeah.
They suck ass. But the Snyder Cut is a step above all that. It really is. It's such
Phase
a,
four.
it's such a
Phase
it's
four.
They
such a
should have released it actually. Like they
They
should have
should've.
done it
They should've.
correctly. What the
They
fuck
should've.
happened?
I think streaming, you can't release a 4-hour cut of a movie.
Don't you split it up into two movies like Marvel did?
Yeah.
They could have done that.
Marvel did 2-3
They
hour
weren't
movies.
confident. I feel like they weren't confident in
It's
their
good the way
material.
they did it, and they
Nah,
break it up
was-
into like
was-
45 minutes.
It had to do
intervals.
with a lot of different things behind the scenes. Like Zack Snyder lost his daughter
Mhm.
while he was shooting Justice.
She
the original
committed
Justice
suicide or
League.
something like
She
that.
committed suicide while
Oh,
he was
good.
shooting the original Justice League. So
He
they,
had to
so
step
he
away.
stepped down, and
Joss
then Joss Whedon
comes
took
in, does
over,
a bunch of
and
reshoots.
fucked it up. Fucked it all up.
And when you see the Snyder cut, you're like, how could you think your version was cool?
Yo, they
Now,
were-
I did not like Justice League. I like Joss.
They
Some
were
people-
two different.
When you have
completely different
management
movies.
change,
but it was
they'll
different.
change things just to change it.
I felt like
Yeah,
I
that's
watched
how
a
management works.
completely
That's
different
how-
movie,
that's
even
what
though
was
it
The
went
Last
to the
Jedi.
same place.
This was The Last Jedi versus Force Awakens.
The inclusion of Darkseid,
Changes
it
to
just brought a whole different element to it, and it brought some danger there.
Dude,
and you were like,
they are two completely different movies.
I mean,
Yeah.
even
I
Steppenwolf
mean, there are
was
scenes,
more
there are scenes that are
intimidating.
shared. There are scenes that are shared, but dude, like
Steppenwolf was more intimidating. His armor,
man,
the way
he
He
looked,
moved
he
the
looked,
beast.
he looked different.
Like, what
the
happened?
fight with the Amazons,
It
the
was
music.
great. It was great.
The music adds a lot. That's why I think.
Yo,
underrated
and
about
Wonder
Game of Thrones.
and I am gonna say this first.
That
Wonder
Amazon
Woman,
fight
Wonder
was 10
Woman
times
was
better.
so fucking badass
Bro.
in this movie.
Really?
She's
Oh
a murderer.
my god,
She's a murderer.
she's who she's supposed
Bro,
to be.
she's
Amazon
warrior.
warrior.
You
Yeah.
know,
She felt so much more powerful. In
She
this movie
did. She absolutely
than
did.
even her
100%.
own movie.
100%. She
And
was
I'm not
so
even
fucking.
counting 84. Like 84 doesn't.
No, we don't talk about that.
that
I
was
watched that
unfortunate.
movie one time.
Yeah, there was a
unfortunate.
meme. There was a meme that I saw about that movie. Somebody's like, "Yo, this movie is so bad, I almost walked out of my own house."
It's like Matrix Resurrection. It's like you know
My
you need to
shoes
watch
on.
the movie.
No. Just turn it off.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nah, we out. Yeah.
DC, it's your time to strike. If you're taking my advice on the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast, it's time to strike.
DC,
Right.
listen to D.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited in
I don't
Doctor
know
Strange
with
for
what they got
Professor
coming. I think
X.
outside of the Flash, I think with what they got coming,
They gotta bring back Batfleck. Bring back Batfleck, man.
They could definitely
do
because-
another.
they were
That's the
going to
thing
bring
with
back
the
Michael
Snyderverse.
Keaton. They were going to bring back Michael Keaton as Batman in the Flash.
And that's the thing with the Snyderverse cut.
And
The Snyder
Batgirl.
cut is they set up the Batman solo movie in that movie. You know,
Because he's old Batman.
we see a little bit of
Future
it
Batman.
in Josh Whedon's Justice League. You see a little
Days
bit
Future
of
Past?
the
I mean,
Batman
not Days of
setup.
Future Past. Flashpoint. Old Batman.
I think it was better in this movie. I can't remember the
Thinking Batman
context.
Beyond.
Batman Beyond was cool.
Oh, that's right. That was that was his dad. That was Bruce Wayne's dad.
Mhm.
Yeah. Batman Beyond.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can I say I'm excited for any upcoming Marvel project?
Of course.
No.
Captain America: New World Order. I don't know what
Outside
it's
of-
about.
Outside of the
Blade.
names.
I'm
Outside
excited
of the
for
names.
Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and whatever. I'm excited for.
Secret Wars.
I'm
Secret
excited
Wars
for-
is great.
They
See,
can
that-
they can say all they want until they are guaranteed to change the titles, and it's going to become something completely different
Yeah.
from now till then.
Fine. Wakanda Forever. We're all gonna watch it. We all
We're
know.
all going to see it.
I'm
We're all
gonna
gonna
watch
see it.
everything on this list.
Can I want to ask a question, but I feel like we're way over like the time. But like I want to ask this question.
What time?
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Podcast usually goes
you
about
guys-
3.5 hours.
well, you guys, what do you? Okay. Well, what do you think? What do you think about? Do you think they should have recast T'Challa
Yes.
or not?
No,
100%.
you just had to retcon
Yes
it
and no.
with Killmonger. Just retcon it with Michael B. Jordan. You can retcon it, you know. He was the perfect fill-in for Chadwick Boseman, man. God rest his soul, man. You know, I remember I saw a picture of Chadwick and I was just like, man, where did this come from? Because,
So like, retcon like, and like,
well, you know how the end of Black
Well, I
Panther.
wouldn't say retcon. I would say
Have, like,
T'Challa
T'Challa
have him fill
lose?
the mantle.
Spoiler alert: he didn't Killmonger die at the end of Black Panther?
We didn't actually see
So
it.
retcon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have to
This
go
is
back and
Wakanda.
remix
Yeah.
the story a little
There's
bit.
Wakanda.
He
They could-
survived
they could
somehow.
easily heal him.
They can do it. They can do it with a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
Somehow he magically survived, and he
what
was
is it?
he
Just
had the
rub some
power of the Black
vibranium on
Panther.
that, yo.
Hey, put some-
Just
Get it in.
Yeah, just
Just
rub
on
some
that.
heart-shaped
Yeah.
herbs on it. Just rub some heart-shaped
rub-
herbs on it.
He
Right.
said rub some herbs on that. Bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some herbs and berries on that. Joint, but yeah.
heart-shaped ointment on that.
But
yo.
he's
Yeah,
a natural fill-in. I mean, I thought Killmonger was a compelling character, and you know he could easily fill the role. He was the Black Panther,
But
He's
he
just the evil version.
wouldn't be T'Challa. No matter what, Killmonger is never T'Challa.
But that's why I said retcon, change the story a little bit. You know, T'Challa had the mantle; it was passed down from Father to Son. Now it has to pass on to Killmonger for some reason. He's a member of royalty. He's a member of the royal family.
But I think what he's saying, which is a similar point that I share, is that it's still not T'Challa.
It would be Killmonger.
T'Challa is the Black Panther.
Well,
It's
see-
like saying it's like think about it this way, and it's a really weird comparison, but think about it this way. Would you recast the character, like completely eliminate said character, completely recast the character of Clark Kent as Superman, or Peter Parker as Spider-Man, or Bruce Wayne as Batman?
Unfortunately, I know Black Panther is the Black Panther, but I don't think he's as legendary as those characters. So I think it would be easier due to the unexpected
think
death
about
of
it.
Chadwick
Now-
Boseman to
now-
retcon
Now think about
T'Challa and
so
push it towards the Michael B. Jordan. He was a great part of that movie. Some people liked him as he was their favorite character. They liked his portrayal of Killmonger better than Chadwick Boseman's portrayal.
Oh, he
of
did
T'Challa.
a great job as Killmonger.
It
did a
would
fantastic
naturally
job as
slot
Killmonger.
in. It would be part of the old movie. You could bring it forward. That would be my choice. We'll see what kind of forever. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it could be a great movie.
Well,
I personally didn't
well, I mean,
think Black Panther was that great of a superhero movie to me. Okay, it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie. Okay, if I put it up
That's
against
fair.
the first Blade, I like the first Blade way better than Black Panther. And the Black Blade came out in '98.
The first Blade?
Yes,
Blade
Uh,
One?
story. Yes. Yes.
Story?
Dude. A CIA agent
Story?
saves the day at the end of Black Panther. A CIA agent saves the day. You
I'm
know what I
sorry, did you
mean?
miss Wakanda?
Wasn't Wakanda? Wakanda was lost, right?
What?
I mean,
No.
What do you mean?
wasn't Wakanda in battle with somebody? It's been so long since I've
They
seen
were.
Black
They were.
Panther.
I mean, they were fight. They were infighting,
And they were losing.
There was infighting with
right,
like,
so
the
they were
different
destroying
tribes.
each other. So a
was like the
CIA
border
agent
tribe.
comes in and saves the day. How? What did he do?
You mean
I know he
Killmonger?
saved the day. No, that the guy who was with
Ross.
Oh,
yeah.
Agent Ross.
he saved the day at the end of the movie.
That
It's
was
been so long
just
since I've seen it.
one aspect of what was
lot,
going
But I
on.
thought that was we don't need to see what kind of, to me, as the cultural movie like Black Panther, the first all black superhero cast based in a fictional story of Wakanda. We didn't need to see infighting, not civil war.
No, we
you know
didn't.
What I mean,
We
I
didn't.
didn't like the tribes being at odds and slaughtering each other. While a CIA agent, while we know historically the CIA has ran all type, it caused all kind of havoc around the world. He saved the day, you know what I mean, and he was the good guy. I just didn't like it.
The fact of the matter remains, like, so you say you would recast T'Challa, you would recast the character of T'Challa
Just because it would naturally slot in, because of the unexpected death of Chadwick. Man, it's not like I want to replace T'Challa. It's just Chadwick did a great job. He's
you want to
recognizable.
replace Chadwick, right? Not T'Challa. Like, you want to replace the actor.
But you have to
That's what we're
replace
saying.
The
T'Challa.
question is, like, you want to replace the actor.
You have
That's
to
what-
replace T'Challa
that's
if you
what- that's
replace
what-
the actor,
that's
because
what
we know Killmonger is not T'Challa.
Well,
That's-
yeah,
that's
but
what-
Hulk wasn't always
that's
Ruffalo.
that was
either.
the question, though.
So
It's like,
if you replace T'Challa with his sister, that's replacing T'Challa?
no. Recast T'Challa. Recast, as in put a different actor playing T'Challa as the Black Panther. That's what I mean.
I
That's what
wouldn't
the whole thing
recast a different actor playing T'Challa. I would, if it was me, my personal opinion, I think they should cast Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, right?
And have him take the place
And
of
have him
Black
take
Panther.
some kind of redemption arc, and have him take the mantle of the Black Panther.
That's
Not
that
replace
makes
T'Challa.
that-
You know?
okay.
T'Challa's gone. Maybe
that's-
something
But we
happened.
still need a reason why he's dead or why he's not coming back.
Well,
I mean, you saw
that happened
the
in real
trailer.
life.
It looked like a funeral, procession in the
it happened
beginning.
in real
So
life. They have to. I don't know.
They're gonna find a way. But I just hate the fact that they might do it like
He
off
played dead
screen.
before.
Huh?
He played dead before.
Hey, they brought
He did,
Tarkin
but they
back
brought
in
him
Rogue
back.
One. So you know.
Arch, just rub that
Gotta
arch
bring him
shaver.
back. Yeah.
Rub that. Just rub that. Rub some
Rub it in.
vibranium.
But to me, the first Blade was a more compelling story to me than the first Black Panther. It just felt kind of cheesy.
Wait, what was
at
the
end.
story of Blade 1? A vampire wanted to become the blood
Okay,
god.
it was a comic book movie.
Yeah.
They're all comic book movies.
I mean, yeah, right. So it had to be some kind of fantastic.
So wait, a
to it.
vampire wanted
But
to
I
become
thought-
the blood god.
I
and
thought
to
there was
do
more
so, he
drama
needed
with his
to
mother. His
get
mother
the
having
blood
turned the
of
corner.
the
and been-
Daywalker or something.
He needed to get the blood. He needed to get the blood.
He had to
of
sacrifice
all
the elders.
all the elder
Right.
vampires.
Remember
And
how
then
we
the
thought his
Daywalker-
mother
and
was
he
dead,
needed the Daywalker.
and he
Yeah,
thought
in
his
the
mother
center
was
of
dead
it.
the whole time, and then
It was a
she ends
good,
up
yeah.
being,
It was a good,
you know,
it was a
so
good
that
build
brought
up.
some kind
He
of
needed.
personal-
He was trying to execute a big plan.
I thought it was
was like a
I
mafia
was
movie.
more excited during that movie than Black Panther. I mean, I'm sorry, like it's just I don't know. It's just I like the technology they had. I like the Wakanda technology. I like that.
I see your point for sure. I
Yeah,
see
that's
your
just my
point,
personal
but
opinion.
like I think I had problems with Black Panther too, right? Like I had problems where it's like I thought that
My bad.
Black Panther had like pretty weak CGI at times, and sometimes the entire third act was kind of like, why are we
Yeah.
doing this way?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a big battle with
Battle between
infighting
y'all,
and
even if it's an alien threat, like show
Like,
unity.
because that to me seemed very corporate. It seemed
Yeah.
very like this is what the investors want,
Yeah,
right? Out of the finale of this movie.
they knew they
right?
were going to
They got
play
to put
on
something
the
in there
They knew they were going to play on Black people's sensibilities to being the first
to act.
superhero movie.
The first to strike.
A family member of mine went to see this movie, Black Panther, right? And
Comic book fan or no?
they didn't even know that
Comic
Black
fan or no?
Panther had appeared in Civil War, which came out. Oh, this is the first time they show about he was in Civil War, bro. You didn't
Nah,
see
he was
Civil
in
War?
Civil War, man.
I mean, come on, like.
And
so
he's
you
about to
didn't-
be in another. He's
but
about
they-
to be in another movie after this
they
called Black
followed the
Panther and
hype.
the Avengers.
They followed the hype of the first Black superhero movie, and they went to see it. And I felt like having them be at odds, the Wakandan tribes was like, why, man? Why
That
would
was
you
a
do
little
that in today's
disrespectful.
day and age? You
But
know,
like I honestly thought the story for Black Panther up to that point was phenomenal. Like I thought, like because there was so much happening,
I gotta
and
see
there was
it.
so much happening for the culture.
It made sense though. Like
It
when
did
you
make
bring
sense.
another king into when you bring a rival to the throne, there will be infighting.
And-
That's just what happens.
Well,
Right? It seemed like a natural call. It didn't seem like this is only something that
I
like
thought
some Africans
the
would do. Or
I
something.
thought the dude Daniel Kaluuya's character Wakabi, right? I thought he switched so fast.
He
Though.
did?
He had no
Okay,
loyalty to T'Challa. I'm like, bruh, T'Challa's been like good to you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know, and he's
Y'all-
been your boy for
y'all
so long.
homies.
Y'all
Why'd
were just
you
like,
switch
why
that
would you
quick?
switch so suddenly?
For what?
Like
Like,
I
and
understand
why?
like this because Killmonger had the same sensibilities that he did, where he wanted to go and kind of like take over because they had the
Okay.
strength
Like,
to and
yeah.
the resources
They
to.
wanted to expand their empire.
Like he wanted to go and kind of like have more presence in the outside world. Whereas like where when Killmonger came along, he's like, I want to go and take over everything, and he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Like,
not a reason to
fuck
betray
your friendship.
your lifetime
Fuck
friend.
your friendship, of like some decades. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, true.
Like I'm just gonna go with you. I'm like,
that was
what?
a little quick.
I was
And
like-
notice I said Black Panther was not my favorite superhero movie. Not that it wasn't a good movie, but when I'm comparing it to superhero movies, I'm comparing it to like the action of like Civil War, the action of like Spider-Man No Way Home,
because Black
Civil
Panther
War.
popped up.
the action of Blade. Remember when Blade? Remember
I
first
thought Civil
Blade?
War was though because Spider-Man popped
Remember
up.
the first
too.
And Spider-Man popped up.
when they're having that blood
They had
shower,
the nerve,
right?
the gall.
The audacity.
The first Blade, they're having that blood shower, and the humans crawling through the blood, and he stops right at those black boots. And
Yo,
they're
that was
panning
dope.
up,
That was
and
cool.
Blade
Yeah,
is
that
just
was
there,
cool.
and he just walks up in that club. That was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, that
man.
was Blood
dope.
Raid.
Yeah,
That
you're
Blood
right.
Raid
And they
was
didn't
so
have a
dope.
scene like that in Black Panther for me that showcased
It's
the
Let's
coolness
not-
of
let's
the
not-
coolness of Black Panther. The end fight kept taking me out of it. How their helmets kept coming off. Do cool shit. Don't take your helmet off and talk.
Again,
Like,
it's that whole like they
do
always
cool
have to take
stuff.
they always have to
Like, Blade
show
doesn't
their
wear a
like
helmet.
the
ability.
actor, yeah.
Blade doesn't wear a helmet. He doesn't.
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't
that
hide his
just-
identity.
I just the action for me was just there in Blade,
You
where
know
it just
what?
wasn't in
You
it
know
wasn't
what?
in Black
I was
Panther.
also
Blade
also
was still better than
disappointed.
Blade 1.
I was
Yeah.
also disappointed because Civil War Black Panther was fucking badass, dude. Like
Kicking
he
ass.
was just like kicking ass
My
everywhere.
name is Clint.
Like
I don't care.
Like I don't care. You can catch
If
these
you're in
hands,
my
Clint.
way.
You can catch these hands, Clint. But
Yep.
like, yo, like he was so badass, and now we understand more of a reason why he wasn't so physical in this movie. But like when I saw it, I was expecting like that Black Panther.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just the fucking
Just to be a
just a straight up like
cool
monster.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
still
But
some
also
good fights,
be-
though.
Captain America was a better fighter
Like,
than Black
Where were
Panther.
the good fights in Black Panther?
Like
They were really-
the fight between Killmonger and Black Panther.
That
yeah.
was
That was a
amazing.
good fight.
That was amazing.
You talking about when they were for the
mantle.
throne?
Yeah, for the mantle. I thought that was amazing
the
because
one-
that was it wasn't quite physical, but it was more personal.
I'll give you all that.
It was
That
very, very personal. It was very like, yo,
even
this is
though
a fight to
Chadwick
the
he
death.
should have kept choking in there. Didn't he have him a chokehold or something like that, and he let him go or something?
No.
wasn't that fight?
Chadwick got a cut on him. No, Chadwick he did a sweep on him
Mhm.
and he told him to yield.
He had him over the waterfall or something, right? Who was over the waterfall?
No,
Chadwick?
that was
Okay,
that was the other way
It's been so long
around.
since I saw the movie.
That was the other way around.
I
Killmonger,
can't-
after Chadwick got the advantage of him, after that it was over.
Yeah.
Killmonger
He just beat him
destroyed
down.
him. After
Nope.
that,
And
I
he
mean,
tossed
he
this nigga over the
legitimately
water.
was the Black Panther already. So
and you know what was crazy? You know what was crazy too? I don't know if you guys noticed in that scene.
Mhm.
It was really, really quick, but like it was so poignant to me. Like when the Dora saluted Killmonger because he was the new king now because he apparently killed T'Challa.
Mhm.
Okoye was the only one who didn't do the salute,
Oh,
and I was just like, "That's right."
right.
I'm like, "That's right," because you're
It was-
loyal to T'Challa. You're loyal to him, so you're the general. Of course, you're supposed to lead all of these others, and you're the one not doing the salute, and all the others did. And I was like,
You know what it is.
"You know what it is, Okoye?
Yep.
That's right." I loved it. It was so poignant. Like
Yeah.
if you watch it on YouTube, you'll see what I mean. They all do the salute, and she just stands there, and you see like tears in her eyes, and I'm just like,
can
"That's
you,
right."
Can you scroll
Yeah.
down a little bit? Black Widow could have been so much better. I was waiting for the Russian Captain
Yeah.
America just to do something more cool.
Don't really know what Black Widow
Yeah.
is for.
So I mean, are you guys? What
Other
are you
than
guys more
introducing
excited
yourself
for,
on
the movies or the series? Because
The
like
movies.
that's why I wanted you to
Alright.
scroll down because
Oh,
I
the
haven't
series?
watched any of these. I haven't watched WandaVision. I haven't watched Falcon. I haven't watched Loki. I haven't watched whatever. I haven't watched Moon Knight. I haven't watched Hawkeye.
What if season 2?
I mean, the only TV show,
smorgasbord of untapped.
The only TV show I want to see is Daredevil. I don't care about the others.
I did watch Daredevil.
I want to see Daredevil.
And I tried to watch
Moon Knight was
Defenders.
Moon Knight was so good,
but I couldn't get it.
We didn't. But like I said last time, nobody asked for it.
No, but they're gonna bring him in, right? So it's gonna be.
I guess.
It's gonna be a build-up. He's gonna like. My question is, are they gonna add? Like, I would love to see a Moon Knight movie. Right.
Nobody asked for Moon Knight. Nobody asked for the Eternals. Nobody asked for.
They already
Shang-Chi.
Nobody asked for Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was cool though.
But
Shang-Chi
cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I like that.
Shang-Chi was
I
dope,
was
but like
yeah.
nobody. Like the thing is though, they killed that opportunity by having it in a TV show instead of a movie.
That's fine.
Which one do you guys like the
good.
best?
You know, honestly,
it was really good.
I prefer shows. For me, I prefer short 6-episode shows. Right. I prefer shows that are not 10 seasons long, expanded for like 10 years. I like a show that can tell a big story in a concise amount of time and not rush it in a 2-hour movie. I hate that stuff, man.
I see that, but like you got to look at the bigger picture of what Marvel's doing.
Moon Knight was a complex story. They'd have screwed it if they put it in a movie.
True, but like this is one of the biggest problems that they're doing in Marvel right now, which is one of the biggest issues I have with Marvel right now, is because they've been doing that the entire time.
So
they have been like story
2
after
hours.
story after story, crunching out all of these movies and now TV shows.
But their hit rate is like 50%.
I think the TV shows are
Their hit rate's a little
diluting
more
the
than
movies.
50%.
60 is
Yeah.
Their hit rate, like you said, like a lot of the sequels, Iron Man 2, Thor 2,
Yeah.
Captain America,
One.
See, that's what I'm saying. The shows are diluting the movies. Like we
Ant-Man. Ant-Man was funny.
You can't.
Ant-Man was good.
Yeah.
Ant-Man was
funny.
both of them were really good.
Ant-Man
I
was like
enjoyed
always
them.
like the winner at the end. Like
It was
Yeah.
funny.
And he was the hero in Infinity War.
Ant-Man was funny, but
In
when-
Endgame,
Ant-Man
he's the
2,
hero in Endgame.
when he shrinks and she has to fly off holding his hand and fly him somewhere. I'm like, dude, you're making him the sidekick, the Wasp now, man. All right, the Wasp has a cooler uniform.
The Wasp,
She was cooler than
but
him.
she was
Yeah,
badass.
the
as
Ant-Man
hell.
and the Wasp. It should have been the Wasp
Yeah,
and Ant-Man.
she was badass as hell.
So guys, what
Ant-Man and
of
the
these
Wasp.
shows, if I had to pick one or two of these shows to watch, my boy said What If. He said that if I want to watch any of these, he said watch What If.
yep.
You should
And that's
watch,
how I
you should watch
watched
What
the
If.
clip of Ultron.
You should watch What If, but just know that just go in knowing that What If.
Which one of these should I watch stopping at She-Hulk?
Like
If I had to watch one.
in order. In one, WandaVision.
WandaVision.
You watch WandaVision.
Is that the coolest one?
WandaVision, Loki.
Loki
Moon
sets up a lot, man.
WandaVision, Loki, What If, Moon Knight, and that's it.
Yeah. Hawkeye can skip.
You can
Miss
skip
Marvel can
Hawkeye.
skip. I watched that with Scarlet.
You can actually skip
It's a
Falcon and the
teenage
Winter Soldier
movie.
too.
I heard Hawkeye was cool though.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was cool, but I didn't get enough Falcon. I didn't get enough Captain America.
I needed more Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
He wasn't Winter Soldier enough for me in that one.
Yeah, he wasn't really doing this.
Oh,
Winter
did
Soldier
you
thing.
hear the supposed squad for the Thunderbolts?
No.
Yo. Oh. I don't know if I should say it because he hasn't watched the TV shows. But
Oh, let me see if I can.
You
get
can
it.
spoil. I swear to God,
I'd rather not.
I haven't been spoiled. I don't even know how.
No, I think you told me. Yeah, you did tell me.
Oh, it's been updated a little bit. It's been
Oh.
updated a little bit now.
Because you said Cap from the
So
old
U.S.
Cap.
agent.
Yeah, U.S.
US
agent,
agent.
right?
Yelena, Black
Right.
Widow's sister.
Black Widow.
You have now you have Abomination.
Right.
So those three, and now
I like
you
that about
have
Tim Roth.
now you have Zemo, Winter Soldier.
Oh, wait, Zemo.
Zemo.
Oh, Zemo.
Yeah, from Falcon and
'Cause he
Winter
was
Soldier. Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yo, is
So-
he actually gonna fight? Because he's a beast with a sword.
He
right?
doesn't really
He
need
just
to
planning
fight.
stuff in
He
this
doesn't
film.
really need to fight. Just think about it. It's a group of villains
Yeah.
or former
He's a
villains
planner.
that are getting together. You know, he could be the planner. He could be like the Tony Stark
Yeah.
of the team.
Zemo
You know,
from Civil War.
Yeah.
yeah.
He
I
doesn't
liked
need to
him,
fight.
man.
I think he was more diabolical. As just a
I know, but
If
he's,
you watch-
he
but
he's
his-
a Falcon
he's,
and Winter
he's,
Soldier.
single-handedly tore the
He's-
Avengers apart.
Yeah.
a beast with the sword, though, in comics.
Yeah.
That's I think
But-
that's cool. But
yeah,
yeah,
so you
Speaking
have
of Kang, I saw some stuff about the comics with Kang, and so it's hard to
Complex.
compare the comics to
complex.
the cinematic and the movie, the
Very
shows.
complex.
But they change so much. They can't do the comic Kang. And doesn't Captain America fight Kang in like space or something like that? It's like Getting to these guys. I swear to God, it's Captain America, man.
Kang is.
Kang-
I don't understand Kang. Real talk.
They can't follow the comics.
I can explain a little bit, kind of like high level, but Kang is
So we got to give him some. They got to change some stuff.
Kang is he's a regular dude. He's a scientist who goes through time to literally just fuck with time.
Mm.
And more often than not, he's running with the Avengers. Like Kang is supposed to be like Avengers' second big bad. Ultron is their first big bad. Kang is like their second big bad.
Okay.
So like he goes. So after a while, he's a like a time lord that fucks with time. Just because he has the ability to.
And
created a machine.
And he gives himself. Wait, so his abilities were.
No abilities, just a regular guy.
I thought he has abilities.
Nope, just a regular guy.
We're talking about Kang?
Yeah. In the show, they make it seem like he's more, but he's like a mastermind.
Okay.
He's a scientist who created a device that allowed him to travel through time without like blowing up the space-time continuum when encountering himself.
Oh,
so
see, I don't know anything about Kang. I knew more
That's
about
why I say
Thanos, but like I trust Marvel, right? Like I think anything they come out with, like the journey they took me on from Iron Man
that trust
through the end of Endgame, really through Spider-Man No Way Home. Me
too, man.
Yeah, I mean it's
right? It's like guys, that's all it comes down to.
Doesn't it hit your heart though?
Let's just trust Marvel, guys.
I mean, remember.
I did trust Marvel.
Gonna be good.
I did trust Marvel until they started clearly showing us they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
The vast majority of their projects you have liked, and you guys have watched most of their content, whether you liked it or not. You watched it, so they're doing a good job of drawing audiences in.
I have stopped watching the content because
of
the shows. No, because of the very thing again from the very beginning. It's too much. Like Ms. Marvel, I heard it was pretty good, but what? Who cares?
That was my problem with Doctor Strange.
Who gives a fuck?
Like, why do I have to watch WandaVision to understand Doctor Strange?
Absolutely irrelevant.
Very irrelevant.
Well, it was only relevant in the last scene in the last episode. That's the only way she was relevant.
I'll say trust Marvel.
That's also the same with a lot of these, right? Like
I'll say trust Marvel because we've all watched these projects.
It's all just adventures. Like here, I like comics, right? If you like comics, you like the comic book stories, then you watch the movies, right? But if you don't follow the comics, you don't care about all that stuff, you don't have to watch the movies. I feel like they're going to tie it all in. Like we still have.
I know. I actually feel like it's gotten to that point where you have to watch the movies now, and you have to watch the TV shows to keep up.
I don't think so. I think Doctor Strange did what Loki did, right? And Spider-Man No Way Home did what Loki did, right? Loki explained the multiverse, right? As far as magic and stuff, Shang-Chi explained all that stuff, and so did Doctor Strange.
What did Eternals do? What did Black Widow do?
They gave a premise.
Nothing.
Eternals gave a premise for Celestials.
There was no tie. There was no tie.
Eternals had a tie for Blade.
The Celestials were around since the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The Celestials have been around since the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
True. That's only because they were in a severed.
But they brought it to Earth,
so they were there.
Not only the severed head, but his dad. Exactly.
Yeah, true. I forgot about his dad.
So no, Eternals had no relevance whatsoever.
Another fail with Thor: Love and Thunder. Tie the Guardians of the Galaxy.
But ultimately, like,
why are they just?
They were useless.
They were useless 5 minutes and gone. Like when they left in the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, they're going to come back by the end.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? We knew that Sam had the shield. They tied that up beforehand. That Falcon and Winter Soldier
to me, like, yo,
it was just a story.
I heard he didn't even have the shield that long.
No, he didn't.
He tried to give it away.
He gave it away.
I haven't been spoiled, but I heard he didn't have
the worthy cap that long. Right?
How does that make him the worthy cap? He gave it away.
Makes him the worthy cap.
Winter Soldier was like, yo, what are you doing? Let's go get the shield back. We getting that shield back. The shield belongs to us. It doesn't belong to anyone else. It doesn't belong in a museum.
Why did Cap have the shield?
Cap gave his shield up out of shame.
Given to him.
But he gave it up out of shame. The Falcon just gave it away. Right? He just gave it to somebody.
Cap was given the shield because that's just They just gave it to him. They didn't give it to him because of his war.
given.
But he gave it away
but, like,
to
given.
Tony.
The shield was never
worthy. The
shield was never a symbol. The shield was never a symbol as it was at the time.
That's why Sam Wilson is such a good Cap, because it's all about being worthy. And
that's
the
like
shield
Spider-Man
is like
giving the
hammer.
shades to
right?
Mysterio. Like, what the hell are you doing? At least give it to Nick Fury.
Nah,
like, give it to somebody
that is not the same.
trust a little.
Same.
You didn't even know Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? So why am I going to give away a shield? Who'd Sam give the shield
When
to?
Cap was given the shield was not a symbol. It wasn't the symbol that it's known to be now at the time. They just gave it to him.
Who did Falcon give the shield?
Cap, you telling me Cap gave him the shield because he just
No. I'm talking about I'm talking about when they gave it to Steve Rogers in 1940 whatever. It was not the symbol that it is known to be now.
Which is why he dropped it when he betrayed Howard Stark's memory.
When Cap gave Sam the shield in Endgame, Sam, I like Sam Wilson, but we all know who the shield should have gone to. Bucky.
Bucky wasn't worthy.
He's the Winter Soldier. He is a super soldier.
He got his mind back recently.
Just because
he is a super soldier,
Captain America does not make him worthy of taking up the mantle of Captain America.
He is absolutely worthy of taking up the mantle.
He killed an innocent woman, right? Choked her out. His mother was innocent. Okay, he could have knocked her out.
Now we can make the excuse that Winter Soldier was not in his right mind, but as far as actually being on the same level, Sam is just a man.
He is, but he was honorable.
I think that
was the point.
Any of Cap's villains will just have to just flick him.
Yeah. I mean,
breaks
I'm not
all
saying
his
he's
bones.
Strong, but okay,
how
he's
the
not
hell?
Worthy
Also,
of the
in
shield.
Falcon Winter Soldier, how the hell is he throwing the shield the same way as Cap? I don't believe
was
that.
Was he throwing it?
Well, wait a minute.
I heard he donated it to a museum.
He did. He got it, and they got it back.
Wait, he got it back.
The
both of them.
Because
they gave it
to the
bigoted older guy, right? The U.S. agent. They gave it to him. To be the new Cap. They gave it to some white guy.
They gave it to the new Cap.
Of what ethnic background was
He's
this?
white.
Yes. They gave it to some white guy. Some
white guy.
Y'all said it, not me.
And then the black guy and the white guy at the team.
Because it was supposed to be in the museum. Right. And they're like, we're going to give it to him.
Why the hell is he giving a vibranium shield to a museum? I mean, I'm sure he can incorporate that
because he felt like he wasn't worthy.
But can he find some kind of common use for it? I'm sure he could use that.
Give it exactly. Yeah, there is a common use. Give it to the Winter Soldier. Give it to the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier will use the shit out of that shield.
It would balance. He can throw the shield, right? I don't know the mechanics. Everybody knows it doesn't follow the laws of physics.
And the fact that this vibranium would put him on par with stronger foes than him. Because it would deflect.
Can fly. He uses that to like a battering ram.
It would almost balance it out.
He's still not a super soldier.
He could get hit by a Rhino and absorb that.
He's still okay. And then what if Rhino gets a hit that's not on the shield?
Okay, fine.
It'll crush him.
You gotta catch him though, because he flies.
It'll crush him.
And he's good with those wings. He be dodging like crazy.
You're right. I feel like that shield would have been a good equalizer for him.
Like he's agile where Cap has more power, right?
I mean,
he's Falcon. He's a bird,
man. Spider-Man gave his glasses to Mysterio.
Yes, it does. Don't get hit. But the shield helps with that.
You know, Captain America's villains will land a hit on Sam. They will land a hit on Sam.
Hey, why
not flight or not?
But hey.
Once they
but
do,
if you can
it's
catch
over.
That hit with that shield,
once they do, it's over.
Here.
Now put Winter Soldier in the same situation.
Here,
but
10 hits. 10 hits taking that Cap, right? 10 hits taking a Cap. Cap will take 10.
Captain America
Cap will take 8 of those hits and block 6
and live. Cap will take 8 of those hits and live. Cap will
live
through one
block
hit.
all those hits and dodge the rest. One hit. He'll block that one hit and dodge the rest.
He has to get it.
He got to move.
I don't think Cap ever
directly got hit one time. I promise you.
I know. I agree. Can't get hit. You got one life in this game.
Cap doesn't have infinite.
He plays that on a hard mode.
No, Cap doesn't have infinite powers. Cap does block a lot with the shield, and Cap has the ability. And Cap,
I don't think
when the shield's in his left hand,
punched him. I think Thanos might have picked him up and threw him through something, but he didn't actually connect with Cap outside of that shield.
No, I think Thanos hit him a couple of times in Endgame when it was just him.
Pieced him like himself.
When it was just him, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely, because when he was going for something, and then Thanos just took him and just like boom, just hit him, just knocked him to the ground. It was actually an Infinity
I thought
War.
he was hitting the shield.
It was actually
I
an
remember he
Infinity
broke the
War when he was
shield.
going for the gauntlet.
Yeah, I remember.
Cap
that.
tried to stop him, and,
You're
and
right,
he
he
just
did
took Cap
punch
and boom.
him. Yeah, he did punch him. He was going for the stone.
But he laid him out.
You're right,
He laid Cap out, but Cap is a super
He
soldier.
did lay him out. You're right.
But Cap is a super soldier. Now, put Sam Wilson in that place. What do you think would happen?
Stop it. That's not fair.
This is
We
absolutely
know
fair.
Sam is not
Sam
a
is Captain America
But if
now.
Sam had
This is
that
the only.
shield,
This is the
he
only
could've
fair
absorbed
we
that
have. This is all we have now.
I give you that. He can't go toe to toe with them, but you know.
They're not jumping the sky like
I give you that. He can't go toe to toe with him, but if he had that shield,
wait for the shield to connect.
Spider-Man gave the sunglasses to Mysterio. You could have gave it to Bruce Banner or even Nick
He was
Fury. I
strict,
know
though.
Tony didn't select
Should've
Nick
kept him,
Fury
100%.
necessarily, but don't give it to fucking Mysterio. And then I haven't watched the series, but why were you giving away the shield? At least give it to Bucky if you're gonna give it away. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
give it to
hand it to somebody that can use
when
it.
Thanos pieced Captain America, put Winter Soldier in that place. Thanos pieces Winter Soldier, and Winter Soldier's like, oh, that hurt. But he'll get back up.
Vibranium
He pieces
arm.
Sam Wilson, he pieces a regular man, his head would be all over the place.
Vibranium arm, vibranium shield.
Yeah, that arm is.
I feel like Sam could have incorporated it though.
Nah, Sam. He
So
will.
is that,
We'll watch.
is
We're
that the
gonna
one I
see
should
it.
watch first? What should I start off with? What if Falcon and Winter Soldier?
WandaVision. Start off with WandaVision. Yeah. Start with WandaVision.
I was so excited when
Because
Professor X- I
WandaVision was
like,
also the first show. So
I was like, is Wolverine here? I mean, what are we doing here?
It could
Is the thing about to walk around the corner? Are we about to go flame on? I mean, is the Human Torch about to walk out?
Potentially,
Like,
yes, for all of those.
I was excited.
But it's a big universe, all right? That was a big world, and the world's not dead. Any of them could pop up later.
Like
That's the thing.
Echo, who gives a shit? Like she was in Hawkeye.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
great.
Echo!
Yeah,
I
who
didn't
gives
even
a
see
shit?
that.
Who gives a shit? Loki season
Like, is
2.
she
I'm
even
looking
like a
forward to.
reasonable hero?
No,
I don't remember
I
Echo.
think she's only there. I think she's gonna be a huge
She's
like,
an
vehicle
Inhuman,
for
right?
Daredevil.
Inhuman?
Echo? No. Echo's the deaf girl in Hawkeye. Remember that
No.
in the Hawkeye show? Okay, yeah. Well,
Oh, I
exactly.
didn't finish the show.
Oh, okay. Well, she
I didn't
was
make it
in
past
it.
like episode 3.
I think she was in it by episode 3, maybe. But she played like one of like the sort of like main antagonists in the show.
Oh.
But I think she's just gonna be a vehicle for Daredevil. Because she's deaf and he's deaf and
Daredevil Born Again. Okay, we're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
absolutely looking forward to that
We're good.
Absolutely looking forward to
Agatha, why?
because she was so popular in WandaVision.
She was?
Yeah,
People liked her? I was
absolutely.
annoyed by her. I was like, oh, well.
People absolutely
that
loved her in
explains that.
WandaVision.
Moving on.
And especially when she did the whole like I'm not gonna say, but she did that whole music video towards the end of it. That was funny.
Yeah, it was fine. Okay.
I always thought Wanda was dope.
Okay.
And the only problem I have
Question:
is
is Wanda actually dead? Is she dead?
No.
Yeah, right. Like she can't be dead.
You saw her. You saw like a red light, and you saw she's like teleported away
Yeah,
somewhere.
she's
why
You
do
saw
I
her
have to
able to,
watch
like,
a show
jump between-
to understand her motivations? I just don't like it. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
because it's actually very relevant to what happened,
Yes,
to why
but
she's
only-
acting the way she
but
does
only
in
because
Doctor
of the
Strange.
fact that Disney decided to come out with the WandaVision show, and I think they're taking
No,
the
they could've
focus
gone-
off of the movies, the cinematic aspect, to
They
drive
could
it onto
have
their.
gone in so many different directions, though. With
They're
Doctor
trying to
Strange.
build up their platform for their streaming service.
Of course.
by coming out with shows that keep your attention.
At the end of the day, it's a
Yeah.
business.
And it is better to have a show, right? You want them to come
Hey,
back to your
As
living
long
room
as they
every
have
week.
all Star Wars stuff and they keep dropping new stuff, Disney got my money.
But I think it
I
was
can't help
more
it.
of
Star
a.
Wars and Marvel.
If they put more Spider-Man stuff out, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
they-
Marvel caused more of a cultural event with their cinematic. I think they had more of an
I think
impact
that's how it
on the
used to be.
culture.
That's how
And
it
I
used
think
to be.
I think the shows are kind of destroying that, man. And I think to me that's the state of Marvel.
I feel like it's the whole quantity over quality.
And it's like
It's too
I
much.
get it for it's a business, but
It's
you want
too much.
quality. You
Like,
know?
what do we? So
Four
your
movies.
question is:
Look at
Four
season 8 of Game of
movies.
Thrones.
you were confused about why Wanda was evil.
Evil and Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like I
You
because at the end of
remember her-
Endgame,
That's
she was
right.
at Tony's funeral.
Do you remember?
She was
Do you
there.
remember her kids in Doctor Strange?
Yes, only because somebody told me that was in WandaVision.
Yeah.
And
That was everything.
right. And
That was absolutely everything.
I get it. she went mad because
So
of
I
Wanda,
agree.
but I wanted
I
to
can
see that
understand
build
that.
up, and I felt like
So watch WandaVision, you'll see.
Yeah.
let's see.
But
how
here's
many
the thing,
episodes
right?
is Wanda?
Is there
9.
anything else, right? Is there anything else you needed? Like for
Do I
Doctor,
have to watch
for
full-length
Spider-Man, No
movies
Way
to
Home?
understand Wanda?
We didn't need
to
anything
understand
else.
Doctor
For
Strange?
Eternals,
No.
whatever it was for, we didn't need anything else. Shang-Chi, we didn't need anything else. Black
that's
Widow,
why
we
it
already
feels-
knew Black Widow. We didn't need anything else.
That's why I feel
But what do you
disjointed.
mean? Need
And Black
anything
Widow
else?
was
like
out
the
of time.
shows. Do we need the shows to help explain those?
Oh no.
Right.
No.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
No, Thor: Love and Thunder was
Loki
just a
didn't
direct
pop
sequel
up?
of Ragnarok.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right. We're not gonna need anything for Wakanda Forever. I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's playing.
But it's
off
safe
your
to say,
nostalgia.
so far it was only just one movie,
It's playing
and
off
it
your
was a pretty
nostalgia.
good movie
and
even without it.
I feel
But
like there
that's
should
part of
be
the
more of a
problem.
story in between.
It's just one movie though.
If you're
Right.
going to have us bouncing
Right.
from show to movie
Right.
to understand,
That's it.
there should be a connection.
It was only WandaVision and Doctor Strange that had cohesion. Everything else, even including Spider-Man, everything else was.
Which
So
one
what?
came out first?
Maybe
Eternals,
it's not
right?
going to be
Eternals
their,
came out
maybe it's
before
not going to be
Shang-Chi.
their MO. We can't say it's their MO at this point.
They already have titles of movies all the way up until 2025. That has to be their MO.
Fine.
Otherwise, they absolutely do not
Captain
have a plan.
America: New World is definitely going to be explained by this. 'Cause
Eternals
this is when
came
they
out-
accepted the role.
Eternals came out
Yeah.
before
Blade,
Doctor
Marvel's
Strange, right?
Marvel's is going to tie into
Marvel's Ms. Marvel,
Miss Marvel.
because
So-
Ms. Marvel, because Captain Marvel was in Ms.
Yeah.
Marvel for a second.
I've
So
never
that's
seen
gonna tie
Eternals,
in.
but I hear at the end of the movie
bother.
there's an Eternal sticking. I still want to see it because it's part of the story. I want to see it.
You're gonna
But I
hate
heard there's like a celestial or whatever, or Eternal sticking out
it.
of the earth.
Celestial.
Shouldn't there have been a reference to that?
It
in
looks
Doctor
like
Strange?
Galactus actually.
Yeah, shouldn't there have been a reference to that in some other project that came after? You know what I mean? Like that way you have a tie-in.
Oh,
you
there
know
we
what I
go.
mean?
Fantastic Four, Galactus tie-in.
The only
what that's
tie-in
gonna
we
pop up,
have
right?
right now.
Because
I hope
they
so.
set up
He's
they set up
better.
the Celestials with
He's
Eternals.
fucking better.
What's the
Boom,
last
boom.
movie to come out? Thor: Love and Thunder. So the only tie-in was Guardians of the Galaxy appearing for the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then they never showed up again. Doctor
But
Strange.
that was
would have
also
been
from another movie, from Endgame.
Yeah, but they could have came back at the end just to tie the universe. The
They're
overall universe
absolutely
together.
useless. They didn't even need to be
Yeah,
in it. It
they
was a
weren't
waste.
even in there. I thought they were going to be a part of the movie,
They were wasted.
The
I mean,
Guardians.
Yeah, they were wasted, 100%.
and I still don't know how she put that hammer back together. But whatever. All right.
The Will.
But there's just no tie-in, and that's the thing that made Marvel great. It made you want to stay after the post credits to see
There
what
was
was
more
happening.
cohesion.
You know, it made you want to
Oh, so
see the next
were
movie.
there post-credit scenes? There were post-credit scenes.
They have them, but they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
I thought Thor:
They
Love
do,
and
though.
Thunder was sweet. How he got like
Eternals
a daughter.
led to Blade.
Did it?
I
did hear that.
Shang-Chi
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
led to
Shang-Chi led to nothing. It's just like,
Dopest part of Shang-Chi
you
was
want
the
to be you
choreography.
want to be an Avenger?
When he was running up the side of that building and the scaffolding and shit, and
Oh,
he
yeah, that
fought
was
that
cool.
assassin, that shit was dope. That was a tight ass scene. And
um,
I like the
Doctor
power
Strange.
of the 10 rings. I like that shit, man. You know, it wasn't rings on your fingers. It was like
On your
10
wrists.
rings on
Yeah.
your arms. You know what I mean? Like it was
Hey,
it
man,
boosted
like-
you up.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was a cool ass movie. Yeah, that's right. They can't have.
That's why I thought in
Thanos
Doctor
up in here.
Strange,
Yeah, I
like,
know,
where,
right?
where is Shang-Chi? That's one character you should tie in by now. You know what I mean? Where is
Honestly,
he?
I really hope they use Shang-Chi like properly, and
Right,
they,
and-
they bring the Defenders back.
He's a cool
and
character. You
have
can build
him
on
with Iron
Shang-Chi.
Fist and Luke Cage and all of them.
Have him
You know,
in
recast
Blade
Iron
or have
Fist.
him in Captain America. You
Well,
can build off that character. man.
Recast Iron Fist, definitely. Recast Iron
Recast
Fist,
Iron
please.
I tried to watch the Defenders,
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
Yeah,
I
Defenders
did
wasn't
watch
great.
I watched
Daredevil.
it.
But Daredevil was so dope.
His
Like,
cameo in
Bushmaster
Spider-Man
was
was so
great.
dope. When
Yeah.
he caught that fucking
If
Like
you
Bushmaster was in Luke Cage.
if you watch the extended edition of Spider-Man, there's another scene with him.
What happens?
It's actually explains where Happy was. So they were in litigation.
Right.
So him and Happy were talking
Because
to
Happy was in trouble.
right.
Yeah.
So Happy was defending him, and then there were things going on, and then Happy gets the alert on his phone when all the villains walk into his apartment, and so you see that happening.
Mhm.
Like you see him look at the phone, and you see all the villains like walking through. Where all we got was just like it looked like it was on like a CCTV cam
Yeah.
of all the villains walking into the apartment. So they actually explained that scene a little more, which made sense.
I know one thing.
And then
the scene
he
they
tells
had in
Happy
the
to stop
cinematic trailer in the version when he caught that brick.
Yeah.
I was hyped up.
Yeah,
I
like he told
I
Happy
want
to
to see this
stop.
movie.
In the extended version, he tells Happy to stop sweating,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, and Happy's like, "How do you do that?" And then they cut it right there.
Yeah.
But
and I thought they missed the mark with like Spider-Man No Way Home. My bad, man. If I'm making up.
what? How? What?
It's just like they kept having these Tony Stark references, and that was fresh off Endgame, and my heart was still in
Oh, you mean Far From Home?
well, Far From Home. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I hated the fact that they tried to make Spider-Man Tony Stark Jr.
it should have been more of a Spider-Man takeover at that point, man.
But I finally feel like in No Way Home, he
had to goes that way in the comics.
He had to define.
Right?
He had to, huh?
Oh,
no, it does not.
Yeah, doesn't it?
No.
Did he become the leader of the tech? But didn't that get crossed out with the deal?
No, that's you're thinking of Superior Spider-Man. When Doc Ock took over his body.
Doc Ock took over, and then he built the empire. But then Peter Parker was running for a while.
Video.
Yeah, he did when he came back. Yeah, he was running it for a while because I mean it was efficient.
Yeah,
and it was efficient.
It was
and Doc Ock was actually a good Spider-Man.
He was.
So like, but I feel like
that's the story that needs to happen.
That would be wild. That would be so wild.
Cool.
Because Superior Spider-Man was actually a really good Spider-Man. Despite him being an asshole, he was an asshole. But like he was a good Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like Far From Home, I really did not like that they were Tony Stark Jr.ing him. And
which I did because Tony Stark was his mentor, and it's just the pain of seeing my man Tony burnt. But just with his daughter and his wife there, and he didn't even want to fight in the first place, But
it's also a direct like representation of the Prowler and Miles. Yeah. The Prowler was his uncle, who.
But that didn't hurt you seeing Tony just leaned up against the
Yeah, it was terrible.
Just burnt to a crisp. You didn't care, Frank? Oh damn! I was hurt, dog.
I cared. I
was in the movie theater.
I cared a little.
You felt like the Red Wedding all over again.
I cared
or something,
a little.
Man.
I cared a little. It was kind of like, okay, when he said I like how he ended his last words were like his final words in the first film. I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Like I was just like, oh, okay, it's a nice little circle you did there. I get it. But I was just like,
I thought it was a good tie off. It was like Logan. I thought they tied off Iron Man and Captain America's character.
I really like how they ended Cap's whole thing.
All
where
three of them, yeah.
He was just like, ending. I've already done this, and I already put the gems back. I'm gonna go be with Peggy.
But that begs the question, though. He did. Wasn't he sitting around watching the other Avengers struggle?
Yep.
Couldn't he have helped?
Yes. No, he didn't. Because
so when Captain America from the future was there fighting, couldn't Captain America from the past have stepped in to help them? You know what I mean?
But he already knows. He already knows what happens. He would rather have been happy with Peggy for the rest of his life.
I feel him because he missed out on his love of his life. Yeah.
Like what questions? Because it has been confirmed that there are actually two Caps. There are two Caps that were existing at the same time.
Oh, when did they confirm that?
The writers of Endgame confirmed that. Okay. They confirmed that yes, there were two Caps. There were two Caps existing at the same time. Just the one that we know that went to put the gems back.
Did he change?
Did not interfere. No, he did not change anything.
He changed something.
The nuance.
He put things back.
Just being in connection with Peggy changed things.
Nope.
Who comes up with the canon?
No,
the comic book writers or the
Peggy
movie
was not
or the show.
Peggy
writers.
Carter was not.
It's starting to become the comics are following the movies now.
Wait, I don't like that. I like the comics. The comics are the original.
The comics were, and they still draw from the comics, but because the comic is way more.
I don't like how movie studios get to dictate what's canon and what's.
But not. Even still, it's not the most profitable. They just loop it up, right? They'll come up with some new and China.
When you're the most profitable movie studio in history. Yeah,
but why? Because they had cohesion and it was like a comic book playing on screen, and they just don't have that anymore.
No, they don't.
That's the state of Marvel, man.
They don't. Yeah. But yeah, there were definitely two Caps running around. Running around at the same time.
Wasn't Peggy Carter like actually doing? Was she like an agent?
Yeah.
So Cap was around doing all that.
Yep.
You telling me he step in?
No. Not once, because he knows what happens. He knows that he didn't need to step in.
My Captain America would not stand.
But even her interactions with him would change things.
She couldn't say anything. She couldn't say anything that this second Cap
just them
was
being
with
together
her at home.
That would mean that at certain places she was with him at times when she wasn't elsewhere. That would mean that she would take certain tasks she wouldn't normally take. That would mean That would mean a number of things. You don't live a whole life without considering like the apparent love of your life, like right there with you.
Yeah.
Things changed.
No, things didn't change. The only and she also makes mention. She also makes mention of in I think it was Winter Soldier. Yeah, it's Winter Soldier. It might have been Civil War. She makes mention of her husband and her kids, but she doesn't say who it is, and it's confirmed that she's talking about Steve Rogers that we know.
Fucking nomads out there somewhere.
There's two caps. There's two caps running around, and the other cap didn't interfere because if he did interfere, of course he probably wanted to, but he knows how everything plays out. In fact, if he did interfere, it would change. It would change things. So
I just don't feel like
he
his
just let it go.
would stand on the sidelines and let things happen without.
Also, he did. Also, you have to think about the rule, the kind of bullshit rule that Endgame established.
Mm-hmm.
Your past does not affect your future.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you involve time
and
travel,
if you jump,
it gets so messy with time travel. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
of course, your past affects your future.
That's why I said they could recast Kilmer. You could do anything with time travel. It could be some freak accident where the snap happened, and I don't know. Did the Endgame happen after Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it could be something. When you start messing with timelines and universes, I mean, you could do anything the hell you want.
I don't know. I think there's still some windows out there, but that is interesting, and also that does definitely apply.
So real quick before we wrap,
I'm satisfied with knowing that Nomad is out there
because I'm mad about this whole Black Panther thing. So you guys,
he wasn't actively Captain America. Sorry.
You guys wouldn't recast T'Challa?
Absolutely not.
So what would you do?
I would. No, I would.
Sorry. I would recast T'Challa.
Yeah, I would recast T'Challa.
I would absolutely recast T'Challa because
100%.
but not Killmonger.
He's dead.
He can't be T'Challa.
He's dead.
He can't take up the
Black
Panther man.
That's not what we're saying.
Killmonger somehow comes around.
That's not what we're saying.
So you want a whole new actor to take up the mantle of Black Panther.
We want to keep T'Challa in the game. That's what we're saying. We want to keep T'Challa in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Again, Shuri's only a temporary Black Panther.
Them with the funeral procession in the trailer makes it look like T'Challa, the character, dies, which means the Black Panther that we all know is gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. That's the fundamental problem of why they should recast T'Challa. Keep the character alive. This is more important to the culture than it is to fucking fucking have someone take up the mantle. It's not going to be T'Challa.
I think from a business standpoint,
I feel like
movie studio standpoint, and a continuum standpoint,
yeah, he's gone.
Michael B. Jordan would make the most sense because he was involved.
What did you say?
I think Coogler understands that. Like Ryan Coogler, the director.
I think he does too. But it's not his money. You know what I mean?
It's not his money.
That's wrong with DC. It ain't the director's money.
He is, and the other guy who wrote the first one too, Joe Robert Cole. They're writing.
Cool. Okay, so I feel like they understand this, man. Like I think they know that T'Challa exists, right? Even if this ends up being another Black Panther, I feel like 100% is going to be temporary, right? Like I'm totally cool with Shuri or the other Black Panther popping up. Cool with me. But she's only ever been temporary. And look, answer a question for me. Do you know of this MCU as being equivalent to 616 as the main Marvel universe?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, no. The MCU is a different timeline itself. The MCU is like...
I feel like I remember them seeing it...
The MCU was like 997 something.
Didn't somebody reference it as 616?
So wait a minute. If y'all start talking about different universe numbers, why can't they go to
in Doctor Strange?
They said it was 616.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
What's concerns me?
What's her name? Oh, fuck. Rachel McAdams' character, Claire, or something like that. Her character, Christine.
Mm-hmm.
She refers to 616 as the universe that Doctor Strange is from. That's not true. MCU is a different universe altogether. 616 is comics.
Comics. Mainline
comics. MCU is different. Ultimate Universe is different.
Mm-hmm.
838. All the other multiverse universes are different.
Okay, right. Okay.
But I think for the sake of whatever. Even Ms. Marvel, they mentioned.
I need them not to do that.
Actually, in Ms. Marvel, they actually mentioned. I don't know if you remember. They mentioned that the MCU is not 616. 616 is something different entirely.
Okay.
So, but I think overall they like to have us think that MCU is 616. So based off of what you're asking, yeah.
Okay. Well, even still, fine. If they want to go alternate multiverse route and make Shuri permanent to Black Panther, fine, I guess. But like, I still think
I feel like the directors
T'Challa's
understand
always only ever really been the Black Panther, and even when he wasn't the Black Panther, it was only ever temporary.
Yeah.
Even when
he lost
Cole,
his powers, he was dead.
Even when Cole was Black Panther, like it was only ever temporary.
Yeah. I do feel like the directors understand that, but it depends on like they have a lot of pull, but this is like bigger than them, right? Like Marvel's making this decision to not recast, right? Marvel is they have the money. They have the money to say we're giving you a job, do the job with these stipulations. One of them being
that's
to
why
not recast T'Challa.
But why would they do that? Like, why would the Marvel? Because Marvelverse,
it's all about money, dude.
Yeah.
He who funds calls the shots.
Look. I hate to say this, but I think I feel like we all think this. Wakanda Forever, they are going to capitalize on, like, they're going to capitalize to the extreme on Chadwick Boseman's death.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to use this as
I don't think so.
Oh, they already have. They already have.
I think they've
already been doing it.
The trailer.
In the consideration of business.
Also,
it's established that Marvel trailers can throw you off. Marvel trailers can throw you off.
Yeah.
But I think in the interest of business, they have to move on. I don't think they're going to dwell on the past, right? Like they haven't.
They could still move on.
They dwelled on Robert Downey Jr. in Spider-Man: Far From Home. Ever since then, it's moved on. You know what I mean? There is no more.
I feel like they moved on organically though, because I feel like there had to be a mourning period.
It was organic. This was tragic.
I feel like this is like
Far From Home was.
But I think at the end of the day, they have to produce.
Wasn't Far From Home 2 years after Endgame?
Something like that. But at the end of the day, they have to produce a product that people will have fun with. And I think focusing on Chadwick Boseman, the loss of him and his character as T'Challa would be too much of a downer.
No, man. People love drama.
Especially now after the Eternals and after Thor: Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange. They don't have the same drive behind them.
The fundamental problem.
If they're smart, they'll move on and try to get us excited about something else.
That is what they're going to do, and that is what it seems like that's their direction right now. But the fundamental problem here is it is unfortunate that Chadwick Boseman died, but they're also killing off the Black Panther,
like
the Black Panther. That's the problem.
The only real one.
That's why they should recast.
Because the Black Panther was killed off in Civil War. His father was Black Panther. Now Black Panther had to take up the mantle of Black Panther.
Well,
that's T'Chaka. That's T'Chaka.
I feel like if the Black Panther's dead, someone else is going to have to take up that mantle. It's like what's the Phantom?
But the thing is, the actor died. Not the character.
T'Challa didn't die.
But they're killing him because the actor died. Now, I love Chadwick Boseman, and he was. I don't think anyone could ever do it like he did.
That's the same when Henry. That's what not Henry Cavill. That's what I'm saying. That's like saying when what was Superman's name? The actor who fell off the horse, broke his back. Christopher Reeve. That's what. Remember, Christopher Reeve was the Superman for the longest time.
Yeah. Bro, stop.
The only
like
Superman
in the 80s and
same principle applies. Same principle applies. He broke his back. That's like saying
established the universe.
That's like saying
would you have killed Superman because the actor couldn't play Superman anymore?
But they had shows, they had movies.
Maybe not Superman because there's only one. But
it's the same. It's the same
principle. The mantle of the Black Panther is something that's taken up by multiple people.
There's more than one Superman.
Yes, in different universes. But when you start playing around with universes, you can do whatever you want.
They were all Bruce Banner.
I mean, with the Black Panther is a mantle that's taken. Superman is a person. I'm talking about Ed
Norton, whoever the guy was before
Eric
that.
Bana.
Eric Bana. They were all Hulk.
You start talking about contractual things, but we all include those in the same one.
Sure. Hey,
So we can do the same
I'm
thing with
waiting
Black
for them
Panther.
to pop up
So
in the
We can do
next
the same thing
Hulkverse.
with Black Panther.
I'm waiting for them to
You have
start up in
if
the
you
next
have Killmonger,
multiverse
he'll
movie.
be Black
So
Panther.
this is where it comes down. This is where it comes down to where it's about the culture, where it's about the impact that Black Panther had in 2017 to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem. Yo, I don't care what you think about Black Panther movie. Anyone? Black Panther movie made fucking waves. It was the fucking movements in 2018.
See, you're
and
a
you
fan.
Know this.
You're a fan, and you know a lot of those people were.
It's not about fans.
It's not about.
It's about numbers.
Y'all both
It's
know
numbers.
that a lot of the people that saw Black Panther, the movie, were kind of glam on fans. They jumped on the bandwagon.
Why did they watch it?
Because it was the first black
right.
with a majority black cast.
That's all.
But you
guys,
you guys watched it from Civil War. You guys are fans, so it's a different perspective.
Yeah, we are.
So the reason that it was such a cultural shock is
put
because
bait out
more
there for the
people
It
wanted
wasn't
to
a-
go see it because it was an all black. But you guys would have gone to see it. We all three of us would have gone to see it.
Yeah,
anyway.
we would have gone to see it
Yeah,
regardless.
A lot of people, like I said,
that.
I've seen a lot of other ones.
My
too.
sister didn't even know Black Panther was in Civil War. She didn't see Civil War, but she saw Black Panther because it was an all black
Which
cast.
is exactly
think
the
about
point
that.
you're making.
So
when
think
you start
about
thinking
that.
about TikTok and Facebook and YouTube hyping these social media platforms, hyping this movie up, it was a driving force behind so many people going to see that movie. But us three would have saw it anyway.
We all
But
gonna
think
watch
about
it.
that.
Yeah, but that's just three.
So we would go.
What matters is all the others.
We would go see Wakanda Forever, whether they recast Michael B. Jordan as T'Challa or not, whether they change his character to Killmonger or not.
100%.
We would go
and
see
all
it.
the people are going to go see Wakanda Forever now. Even those people
I don't
who
think
don't follow
I
it,
don't think it'll be as big.
the people who don't follow it are going to go see it not because Chadwick Boseman.
I don't think it'll be as big.
They're going to see it because it's the same.
I think
situations, the same pivotal.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be as big. I don't think it's going to be as big as the first one.
It is a little
Black
hard
Panther.
to tell. I think more people are going to go see it because they want to see what's happening between
and
Chadwick
him,
Boseman.
also,
him dying,
we can't
It's
discount
honestly
the fact.
Big advertising point.
We can't discount the fact
Him passing is a huge point.
We can't discount the fact
they're
the
cashing in on.
steam that Marvel had going into Black Panther. Like Marvel could do no wrong at that point. Like everything they came out with was gold. They were like Midas.
But,
you know what I mean? Now everybody's kind of taking a step back. Like I don't know about Marvel. I don't care about Shang-Chi. I don't care about.
There was a lot of Marvel still had to establish themselves as a huge studio. They had to still establish themselves as a huge studio. TV shows came way after Black Panther. But
I don't know. I don't think Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to be as big.
It's hard to tell at this moment.
It
might be.
It will be big.
It will be big.
But again, let's just go back to 2018. The impact that movie had. First.
Did that come out after Endgame?
No, before.
Mm-hmm. So that's
it was
the
like
steam.
right before.
The steam they were building for 9 years before
Black
Panther
came out. They could have done without a Black Panther movie between Endgame and
remember we were hype about Black Panther.
They could have done without Black Widow. They could have done without Eternals, really,
But they still chose to do a Black Panther movie. This is just the build up to the same point.
It was good.
No, it's not about the quality of the movie. The movie could have been shit.
You got a comment,
right?
Claudine said good vibes.
Good vibes.
We gotta watch it.
Sorry.
One person watching.
All right. Oh, we got one person watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's not about the now. It's about 5 years from now. Who's going to be watching? You know what I mean? This is a legacy we're leaving on
but
video.
We're talking about
just
4
like
years. We're talking about 4 years later. We're talking 4 years later. Yeah. Right? Like Black Panther was the movement in 2018. Even though it came out early in the year, it was the movement. People were like, there was so much that it did for the culture. We all came out. For this. Yeah. We all showed out for this.
And if it's a big movement again, it's going to be because people have to make it like that. So I'm with you on that.
But I don't.
It'll have to
be
people.
Marvel is going to
want to see it as a cultural, cultural event and cultural phenomenon that it was before.
I don't think Wakanda Forever is going to have that same impact.
It's hard to tell.
It depends. We need another trailer, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, we need another trailer.
Honestly, you gotta admit, if Michael B. Jordan showed up in that trailer, you'd be excited.
They wouldn't.
You'd be excited, both of y'all. If y'all saw Killmonger and his helmet just came down, and you
that
were
wouldn't
like,
be smart.
That wouldn't be smart.
They
shouldn't have revealed that so early. You would still go see it. It would deter
smart.
you from going to see it.
Now imagine if they didn't do it now, but imagine that when we actually finally go see the movie and it is him. Imagine how much more that you
Marvel
would be.
has built up the cachet. They have my money already. I'm going to see all these movies. I
You know who
gotta
didn't
see
do that?
Eternals. I still haven't seen it.
You know who didn't do that? DC with Batman v Superman. They showed Wonder Woman in the trailer, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Right.
That moment she came out
Dude,
was so
hey,
dope.
Jinx. Yeah, that's that. Why would you do that? That should have been a surprise, man. That should have been like
they should have made that.
who was a total surprise in the movie? You just didn't know was going to be in there, man.
I don't know. I thought when Thor appeared in Infinity War at the end in Wakanda, I thought that part was like super hype.
That was dope.
And that wasn't like advertised.
That was just a cool super.
That was dope with the new hammer and everything.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
You see the Bifrost just appear.
You know, I hate to say it, and I don't want to be that guy, but another white guy saving a
white savior,
white savior in an African country, right? Yeah, sure. The battle was lost until he showed up. But it was lost because he came in wrecking shop, and I wanted to see more of that fight. I wanted to see more of him.
Alien, like
I wanted to see more of him taking them out.
Aliens.
Again, you know? That standard Marvel. Let's all have this big ass group battle together, and I'm like,
which that's why I'm so on board with Killmonger. He had a point, man. You guys should have been forefront, leading the cause for the struggle across the world, man. You were the most technologically advanced.
Yeah. He did have a point.
Melanated civilization.
You know
what I mean? And you abandoned him. He was a member of the family. You abandoned him. What a redemption arc to bring him in as a new Black Panther, man. What a redemption. He was evil. He has the bloodline. He has the claim.
He doesn't have the temperament.
He doesn't, but he could learn that. That can be learned.
God.
Hey, man, listen, you love your country. This is what you have to do to save everybody. Whether you want to or not, this is what you have to do.
I don't know if you guys want to go looking for it, but there are Wakanda Forever spoilers online if you look.
Nope.
You don't even have to look hard.
Yeah. I don't want to look. Yeah.
You don't even have to look hard.
I want to see it.
I've been trying to avoid them like crazy, and luckily so far I've been okay.
That's why I haven't been spoiled on any of the shows. I avoid that stuff, man. I don't want to be spoiled.
Right around the time the trailer came out, people were posting spoilers about it, and I was like,
"Nope."
Yeah, man. Eyes. I hate to break up the conversation, man, but I got to take a little restroom break. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how long we've been going. You know,
we're gonna take a break. Part 2 coming up in a few.
Right.
Peace.
Welcome to the Intelligent Idea Pocket Podcast.
5 years now, bro.
All right, guys, we out.
Oh, that's why we did the piece before.
See ya.
All right. How long was that?